Yeah, so I'm okay with it because Chris, we got a veteran quarterback in the room. He played under Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll turned his career around, so I'm good with it. You
Something
know,
mobile.
he's still gonna make him compete with the quarterbacks we have in the room. He's not gonna say, oh, "Okay, we paying you this, you're gonna start." That's not Pete Carroll's mo. He's gonna make you earn that spot. If AOC beat him out, AOC's a starter.
Hmm.
So I'm not worried about that.
I hope AOC beats him out. I'm just kidding. No, we'll see, man. I
Well,
don't
here's
know.
the
I just
downside: if he beats him out, then that sucks in a way because that means we just wasted a draft pick,
Yeah.
and salary cap money. You know, I mean, I hope he beats him out just for the fact that I'm still behind AOC in a way. I still think he hasn't really been given a fair shake. Everybody, some guys be like, well, he's played for, two full seasons and one full season based on his numbers, and they're not that good. And I'm like, yeah, but you're also talking three offensive coordinators, three different head coaches,
Four,
a mix of
four
talent
OCs.
around him,
Yeah, four OCs. Yeah, four
porous
OCs.
offensive line, no
Yeah.
running back room at all. So I mean,
It,
talk about throwing somebody to the wolves and expecting them to win a Super Bowl. Good God. That's just it. Everybody wants the next quarterback to come in to throw for 6,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and win us a Super Bowl. That ain't happening. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. You're never going to see a stat line like that in the NFL, ever. Not going to happen. You're not going to go undefeated every year. And that's what people want. People want that miracle cure where they just wave fucking Harry Potter's wand and ping, we're good. Look at this. Undefeated. We won a Super Bowl, fourth year in a row.
hey
That shit
Jeff,
ain't happening.
Run need
Not
the link for us.
happening. There's too much parity in the NFL.
Run now need the link for his pops. I think you want to come in.
Oh, it's at the top of the chat.
yeah, it should be pinned on the little chat on Dress channel.
Yeah, I put it right at the top.
I gotta say it.
Oh,
Fine.
he might be on Chris's channel.
No, I think you want to come in here. Yours is off right now. They just signed off. Oh, Chris? Hey, he might be still on.
Rundown. I'll send it to you. And I already sent it to you. It's in. Go check your Instagram. It's in there. The link's there for it.
Yeah, Mobile does bring up a good point, though. I don't know if you saw that. He did get to the playoffs a couple times. So we'll see what he got, man. I mean, obviously Pete still sees something in him. So
Well, it wasn't just Pete. It was everybody in the room had to just make that decision. It wasn't just Pete. It had to be Tom Brady, Richard Seymour, Mark Davis, Kelly. They all came to that decision. This wasn't just one guy.
Hang on a second. Rundown. I'm also in. I'm in Leo's StreamYard, so you should be able to just pull in that way too, which would be great because I want to go take a smoke break. You can run everything for a little bit while I go.
Yeah,
when you get in there.
That's it. My smoke break. Nice tan, man. I like that. Almost getting like me now. Chris.
Did you go to Did you go to Pearl Harbor while you were there too?
we didn't actually go in, but I passed by it a couple times. But yeah, it looks pretty awesome. My girl had other plans, so I was just kind of going with the flow, But
If you ever go back, I haven't been. I know that's like the main thing I'd want to do if I went there is go to the Arizona Memorial, shit like that. I mean, I'm a big military history buff anyway.
yeah,
Anything to do with World War II and Vietnam, the shit that between my grandfather and my dad was involved in. I love that stuff.
yeah. If it
Which
was
is
up to
why I
me,
do
we
the
would have went.
military models. I would give anything to go there for that.
Yeah, we were actually staying at my girl's sister's place, and it's like maybe like 10 minutes away from Pearl Harbor. It's like really close. That's
damn.
actually where Pearl Harbor is, right there in the island of Oahu. So we were like right there. But yeah, we just passed by it a couple times. I didn't actually get a chance to check it out. I wanted to, but yeah. It's definitely a fun place to visit, though, if you guys ever get a chance.
Yeah,
A lot of good vibes and stuff.
I want to. I want to. I've been to California, but we just never went to. Never went. See, if I do, I want to go back. I want to fly. I want to go away for like 2 weeks and
Yeah.
fly out to California, stay there for a few days. Hang with some people that I know out there. Some of these guys that are do these shows with, and then fly to Hawaii. I don't want to go straight from the East Coast. Maybe a quick layover in LA and then fly again to Hawaii in the same day. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've done the flight from Rhode Island to LA, and by the time you get over there, that jet lag's no joke, dude. That
Yeah.
shit'll
Flying
mess
tires
you
you
up.
out for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's no joke. It sucks.
Yeah, it was a much needed little vacay for me, but I'm glad I'm back. I'm ready to get into this.
It's always nice to come home.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy G didn't get beat out by Jimmy Garoppolo. He was automatic to start as soon as they signed him. He was automatic. There was no competition.
Yeah, because that's who
That was no. That was
McDumb wanted.
that McDummy. He wasn't no There wasn't no quarterback competition at all because he was third string. You mean tell me
I mean,
LC could beat
he
up?
did technically get beat out by Minshew, but I think that still came from up above because how much money they were paying Minshew.
You
Like you
you
got to
think
put him
ALC,
in.
at that time ALC was the third string quarterback? You think you can beat up Brian Hoyer? Give me a break. No, it was already planned when they got Garoppolo. He was going to be these names started immediately as soon as he signed the paper.
Yeah, I was not happy about that Jimmy G stuff, man. I don't even want to hear his name.
Jimmy Glass Garoppolo, that's what I call him.
Hey, it's not for you, Jimmy. Because
okay, so my dad was in the Army. He was actually a Green Beret. He was in. What year did he get in? I know he was towards the tail end of Vietnam. He never got called up to go. Like he never physically went over to Vietnam, but his unit was probably going to be one of the next ones until they started sending guys over. So I mean, he kind of got lucky in that way that he didn't have to go over there. But yeah, his unit was pretty damn close to getting called over there. But and then he did some time in the National Guard after that. Once that was kind of over. But my grandfather served in World War II over in the Pacific in the Army. So because he was French, he had he could speak Canadian French. So they used him a lot over in the Polynesian Islands and everything because there's a lot of heavy French speaking over in that area. He served in Guadalcanal.
Yeah, my grandpa
that's where he got injured. He got injured in Guadalcanal.
My grandpa was in World War II. He was in Italy. He was a mechanic, so he's in Italy.
I had that's on the LaFontaine side. My grandfather was in World War II in the Pacific. On my mother's side of the family, two of her uncles were in the Navy. Both of them were on ships that both were sunk. The other one, the oldest of the three brothers, was in the Army on infantry, but he was part of, I think he was the tail end of D-Day, but he was in straight through up until the march all the way up to Berlin. He was part of that. I think he was part of Patton's Third Army. He was part of that. So he was part of that whole push on that, from the D-Day on. So
wait a minute, is that true, Arnie? Oh, I'm gonna cut you off. Arnie said Geno Smith Seattle had the 30th ranked offensive line last year. Really?
Yeah, their O line was trash.
And he threw over 4,000 yards. Imagine what decent line you can do with that. So okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that just caught my attention. Huh.
Yeah, no, because I heard them talk about that too on Rundown Show. They were talking about the rankings of the offensive line and how bad Seattle's offensive line really was. And I think a lot of the reason he threw for over 4,000 yards like he did was because they were playing from behind most of the time, and that's why their running game was so shit too, between the porous offensive line, and just playing from behind. Your running backs take a statistical hit because your quarterback has to throw so damn much because you need to strike and strike fast. You can't do long, prolonged drives down the field. It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, ball control involved in that if you're behind. Let's see something here.
Yeah, that was one thing I was happy about hearing today about Andre James. I don't know if it's set in stone yet, but
he's gone.
It's definitely
so
yeah.
long,
It's like bye.
Yeah. For real. Hopefully that'll get our offense line in the right direction.
Well, we already got a center, so we don't we got a center, so we don't need him.
Jason, at one point, the Saratoga was docked at the Newport Naval Base here in Rhode Island for a little while. I don't know where it is now, but I know it was here in Rhode Island for a little while. So what was the other one? The Forrestal. The Forrestal was here too.
Okay, let me say something. This so the worst offensive line.
Tony Sheffield with that.
And they still went 10-7, missed the playoff by one game. They're the worst offensive line with Geno Smith, and they were 10-7, but they lost because I guess they lost their matchup with the Rams. They didn't go to playoffs. So with that being said, y'all still pissed off about Geno Smith? Well, we had DK Metcalf and all that stuff. Well, we get receiver, we fine. We got Bowers. We got Jacoby Myers. So what's the problem? Y'all was willing to give Aaron Rodgers all $40-something million, give Sam Darnold $4 million, but not Geno Smith? I don't get it. I'm cool with it. We'll see what happens from there. If he shits the bed, or he made another mistake.
I mean, I definitely did not want Sam Darnold. He just got lucky this past year. I'm sorry. Any other time he's been in the NFL, he was trash in New York. Then he went to San Fran. He was garbage there. Couldn't get it done there. Comes to Minnesota. The coach there knew how to use him the right way. And first of all, that offense wasn't even geared for him. It was set up for J.J. McCarthy, and then he ends up stepping in. I don't know enough about the Vikings to know if they made any type of, changes on the cuff to make it more friendly for Donald or not. But he had a great year. I'll give him that. But again, the two biggest games he needed to perform in, he was trash.
No.
The final game of the season against Detroit to get the number 1 seed, you blew it. You only scored 9 points, threw interceptions, looked like garbage. Then you make the playoffs. You go on the road to the Rams, which actually you have to play in Arizona, and you blew that one, only put up, 9 points. And the thing is, what kills me is everybody's like, well, they played in Arizona. They were supposed to play in LA. By your logic, the team that should have had was dealt the worst card in all this was the Rams. Because the Rams weren't expecting to have to play anywhere but LA until the last minute. And then they had to move to Arizona to play the game, whereas Minnesota was traveling regardless. So it was just a matter of them changing their hotel and their flight plans to fly to Arizona. The Rams had to uproot everything. And kudos to the Rams team and the ownership. I don't know how many people knew about this, but they did everything they could to make this feel like a home game for the Rams.
Yeah.
They brought in stuff to decorate the stadium to make it look like a Rams stadium. They flew down all the family members for the players. They flew in extra, they bust in extra fans to come down to the game. So they made it as home friendly as possible to the fans and to the team. So it didn't even feel like a road game for them. It was perfect. Hats off to the Rams doing that.
I think it's LA to Phoenix, I think is 8.5 hours drive.
Yeah.
If you drive, I think. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know the distance out there.
I drove in a while. I think it's 6 to 8 hours to drive from LA to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. But they're still close to LA for Minnesota, but they still came in there and beat the Rams. I mean, the Rams still beat them.
Am I pulling you up or you got it?
Regardless of.
All right. I didn't know how you logged in. That's all.
Yeah. I was over there trying to fix some stuff. Man, what's going on, everybody? What's the deal with y'all, man?
What's up?
What up, Rondo?
Man, shout out, Chris, man. You out there living your best life. I see you on Instagram, man. You out there living it up, man. Doing your thing, man.
Just a little bit, once in a while.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. What's going on, other Chris, man? My OG, what's the deal, man?
Nothing, man. Just talking. What's up?
I feel it. Hey, I'm not writing back to some of these motherfuckers over here mad. I'll tell you that. I ain't writing back. Some people. Y'all don't mind, man. I'm inviting Papa Rundown or Grandpa Rundown around this mug too.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely, man. Bring him in.
I've never been on a show with him, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, man. He want to go on and talk his stuff, man. So I want to go ahead and let him do his thing.
Absolutely.
But is he coming on his own camera or is he using yours?
No, he gonna come on his own. I'm sending him a link right now. Send it to him.
I'm gonna run out and have a quick smoke then while we're waiting for
him. Do your thing, bro. For me, man, I'm happy though. I mean, I know y'all been on here talking y'all thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's the greatest move we could have made, but at the end of the day, it's still a good move. I'm not gonna sit here and act like this ain't no good move. And yeah,
it makes me happy.
I'm with you on that. And like people are like, what are you pissed off about? You got an experienced quarterback in the building. He won 10 games last year. How many games did we win? I think it's a far cry better than what we had last year.
Yeah, and to bring some perspective into the game as well. You tell people last year, bro, they only had 300 more rushing yards than us. Think about that. Yeah, think about how trash our run game was, and they only had 300 more yards as a team, bro. They were garbage on the offensive line for them last year. He was forcing a lot of shit. He had to. Now, I think here he'll be a little bit more conservative, a little bit more careful. I'd like to see his. I'm gonna go to his stats in 22 because that's when he had Pete Carroll, and look how he played and what the difference was. You feel me? So I think honestly, I mean, this is a move, and this don't exclude you from getting a rookie either. You still can get a rookie.
Oh, they're gonna draft one. They're gonna draft a quarterback.
Come on,
they will draft a quarterback. I'm gonna say Shadur Sanders. I'm not gonna say Jackson Dart. They will draft a quarterback either later round, something, because no matter who they draft, Shadur, they're gonna sit. They're not gonna start unless they have a miraculous and beat them out so bad they have to start.
See, and this is my thing, right? Because I was talking to Pops just now, but I said, look, even if Shadur is there at 6, I'm still doing that. Still gonna do that. I mean, because you cannot pass that up at 6. But my thing is, knowing Pete Carroll, if he's gonna make that an open competition like he usually does, right? Mm-hmm. And if Shadur beats out Geno, that confirms how good I think Shadur will be off rip. Because Geno's not a bad quarterback. If you beat him out, it's like, all right, that's actually good competition. You just beat out. It's not like we just fucked around. We're like, oh, it's Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. And like, all right, well, of course he looked good against them. But I want to see what he does on that, man.
Okay, so here's the stats from 2022. Geno Smith has 69.8 completions rate. He threw for 4,282 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 100.9.
That's 30 tubs, bro. That's 30 tubs.
Yeah.
If I can knock down the interceptions to let's just say I've seen them long enough, so give me like 3 less interceptions, and now we at 30-8 with 4,200 yards. Oh, come on, dog.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad with 11 because Mitchell had 9. And, and they touchdowns, so that's way better than what Minshew had last year. So
and when the last time we seen 4,200, 30 touchdowns and like 8 interceptions? Like when the last time we seen that?
It was a while. That was scored back in 2017, 18, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a cool minute for sure.
Come on, bro. So when we get mad at these things, bro, we have to put shit into perspective, bro. And like again, if Shadur's there at 6. I take him because I kind of agree with to a point. They play similar. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Geno is the perfect person for Shadur to learn under at least for a year if he needed.
He's gonna sit anyway. That's it. So who we get? He's gonna sit behind either Shadur or behind Geno or AOC. Either one, but probably behind,
and as good as I think Shadur is, let's say Geno gives you 42, 30, and 8. I don't even think Shadur throws that many interceptions. And I think he throws for more yards and more touchdowns. Uptick that 45, 35, maybe 6 interceptions, bro. That's what I think Shadur give you in that type of shit right there. And at that point right there, that's a perfect person transition this shit off too. If I give Geno a 2-year extension that can go into 3, maybe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with that.
And you know, Chip Kelly, when he runs offense, they said the RPO. He doesn't only run the RPO. He does a lot of sets. And you know what sets are?
That man
quick
can call whatever
passes.
he wants.
Quick passes. You don't sit there wait for the guy to get 15, 14 yards and sit there and wait. He throws quick outs.
He does.
And that's what Geno Smith's good at. Get out of his hand.
Oh,
So
yeah, I think at first I had too many non-Raider fans in my ear, you know, talking smack like, "Oh, y'all got Geno, da 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 da, y'all are clowns." But now that I'm actually processing everything, I'm more like,
look here, bro.
They
talking all this and that. When I talk to real Seattle people, bro, they're like, "We had no O-line. We had no O-line, bro. This motherfucker was out here just doing shit, 4,300 yards with no O-line. You feel what I'm saying? And no running game. That's us last year, and he still had 43.
You know what I do besides watch my Raider content shows and all that stuff? I watch other people's content. I watch the Chiefs, Denver Broncos, and so when I found Geno Smith, I found the Seattle content show. You know what they felt like? They were stabbed in the back. They were like, "Why did we get rid of Geno Smith?" You know, they're hurt. They're pissed off. They were like, "Y'all get rid of him." They're like, "Why?" So okay.
I'm wondering, do they got a plan at quarterback? Or are they trying to draft one this year or what?
Now, I heard, they said they feel good about Geno being the future, quote unquote. But, you're saying that as of right now is to say, like, yeah, I'll extend you for 2-3 years and see how that go down. But if right now, I feel like they'll play the board, right? Like, as far as the draft goes. If Shador's there at 6, I still feel like they'll do that shit 100%. But I feel like they'll, now, Mason Graham, now, y'all want to talk about taking McMillan at 6? We can entertain this shit now. Now, if you want to do that, we can entertain taking McMillan at 6 because it makes some sense because you got Geno Smith now. But
yeah, but also free agency coming up. But you know what's gonna happen now? All these whatever free agents or wide receivers out there, they're gonna like, I can go to Raiders because now they got a quarterback, a proven quarterback. They want to come in with a Minshew and AOC like garbage. No.
Look at LV. Come on, LV, get on screen, man. You better get on screen. You over here tripping.
Yeah, he's gonna have 2 Shadors on the team and no Dart.
Yeah, no Dart.
He's gonna be heartbroken.
Dart's gonna go to Seattle, bro. There you go. You're welcome. They gonna take him now.
That's what I'm wondering. What's their plan, bro? What's Seattle's plan at quarterback? Because
I heard Sam Darnold's son. Sam Darnold's a little bit. They got Sam Howell, but I don't know why they would do this. It just don't make no sense. But for us, I'm happy. I don't give a fuck. Shit, I'm not because I know some people are weary, but bro, again, if I know that I'm gonna get 42, 30, and 8, I'm good with that. We can win some games. Especially if I add a Mason Graham. But hey, that's good for him.
But Ryan, look at that. Last year he had better percentage pass and more yards and had about four more interceptions in that 2022 thing, but threw less touchdowns. Still got 93 passing rate.
And that's because DK and Tyler Lockett were in and out of the lineup. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's inconsistency. But you saw the emergence of Jackson Smith and Jigba last year, who now everybody's like, oh my God. It's no wonder now everybody's like, oh, he could be a number 1 receiver. Who the fuck was throwing him the ball? Let's be honest, bro. Like Geno was throwing him the ball. Now, you tell me you're going to give him a consistent weapon in Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, who's very consistent. Right? Like, so now I'm giving him some very consistent weaponry. Maybe to add a McMillan, if I can do that. Oh, now we moving. Right? Now we working and showing some magic off. But now, bro, you have a steady presence, bro. That's steady presence. I mean, we can win some games now. I mean, say what you want. If we take a Mason Graham, who is to tell me that we cannot start that we can't beat the Chiefs with just steady quarterback play? You fucking nobody tells me, bro. I don't care. Look, I'm gonna go off the rails. You can be mad at me all you want. Now shut up. They'll say, "Oh, you got the 4th best quarterback in the division. You got this." To me, I don't think Bo Nix is all that good. He's in his 2nd year.
We'll see.
What has Justin Herbert won? How many playoff wins does Justin Herbert have? How many does Geno Smith have? Pretty equal there, ain't it? It just looked better with Justin Herbert. That's all. It just looked better. But if we're talking about the actual wins and the actual shit that matters, Justin Herbert has won nothing. The only person in our division that has any cachet is 15. That's it. Other than that, everybody else is up for game. So I don't want to hear that bullshit about, oh, you got the 4th best guy in the division. We'll see. We'll fucking see.
We'll see.
You can leave Chief in there. He comes in all the time. He's
fine.
Cool. I don't mind if fans from other teams come in here as long as they're not douchebags and spam and do stupid shit. So he's cool. He's in here a lot.
Yeah.
Same thing with Randy N. Randy N's a Broncos fan, but he's cool. He has some good chats with us.
Chief, Aiden O'Connell beat
the same thing about Howell because I went and looked at the Seahawks depth chart. I'm like, now that Geno's gone, I'm looking at their depth chart for quarterback. Yeah, they're definitely drafting a quarterback.
Oh, they're fucked. And Chief is laughing, but it's like, bro, y'all let Aiden O'Connell beat y'all. Y'all, come on, son. Like, we can get y'all. Don't trip, dog. Like, even this year, faulty field goal, however you want to look at it, we got y'all. Don't fuck around, bro.
We could have beat you guys twice this year if we had the right play calling, but they had the right play calling.
Like, you know it. Don't fuck around.
We let AOC win.
They let AOC win.
We got
you. All right.
We got
I
you.
love it.
And that's why I'm like, bro, I love this shit right here because it at least gives us some stability, at least to a point. We know our defense plays the way we know it can play. We're gonna win more games. Simple and plain. This is simple.
We get some other pieces of the puzzle to stick around and bring in some new ones. The defense is only going to get even better, and it was good last year.
Even with nothing. Yeah, with nothing.
Yeah, even with all the depth issues and injuries that we had last year, and that defense was still formidable.
I think people forget what we did to Baker Mayfield that, bro. We killed Baker Mayfield that game when we played Tampa. Didn't he have like 3 interceptions or some shit that game? Sacked 5 times and shit. Bro. We had motherfuckers on IR that game. We had no idea who was playing in that game. Still balling. So it's like, bro, I think if we get a guy like Mason Graham, right, just add him to the D-line. Now we can do that. If we just add him to the D-line, bro, what we got, it's over with. It's fucking over with.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that game was like back-to-back interceptions for no reason.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we were balling. Give 3 first-round picks. No, we're not there for Miles Garrett.
No, not doing that.
What's up, Tim? Yeah,
I would love Miles Garrett, though. I would love that shit.
Did you see that the Browns refused to let him talk with management today in Cleveland?
Why?
They just won't talk to him right now.
Bro.
They don't want to
talk to him. Look. Regardless of how you feel about Shedeur, I feel like there's a chance he slips to 6 just for the simple fact. It's like, bro, if you're we all fathers on here damn near. If we're in the position Deion is in, please let me know. Are you letting him go to Cleveland looking at how this shit goes down?
Nope.
If we have the power to say, like, he can go where he wants to go, and we can say we don't want him to go somewhere, sorry.
I'll say, son, go play USFL right quick. You ain't
going there. Going there, dog.
You ain't going there.
No. Bro,
my
you're not going there. You're not going to the Jets. You're not going to the Giants. You're not going to none of them damn teams.
Honestly, how you feel?
My honest opinion on Sanders, if we don't take him at number 6, which I'm fine if we don't, because I'd rather still have someone else that could still be available. I'm fine with taking a quarterback later on, but if we don't take him at 6, the next best option for him to go is going to be to the Jets.
Right.
Or he's going to fall. He's probably going to fall into the teens, if not further back. Because if you look at those other teams, I mean, Seattle could possibly grab him. Because I think they're picking like 16 or something like that. So Seattle could end up grabbing him and would be a fit for them probably.
Well,
they're going to need it. They're going to need something. They're going to have to bring in, spend money on a free, because they're doing a total rip down of that team. It's obvious. They traded away Geno. They're in talks with people to seriously consider trading DK Metcalf. They just let Lockett go. So they're in a teardown. They're not going to let Njigba go because he's their number 1 option now. If the other 2 are gone, he's it. So what do they have in offense? They got nothing. They got running backs, but no O-line.
If Geno Smith fall past the Jets, I think Seattle probably gonna make some trades to move up to get him.
I think Shedeur, that he don't fall past it. But before we can, I got to bring him on, man. Papa Rundown in the building, man. Or Grandpa Rundown in the building, as we call him now.
What's up, man? Congrats.
What's going on, man?
What's up, fellas? Appreciate it. You know what? Good to be here with y'all, man. I love the name Grandpa Rundown. I'm rocking with it. I'm rolling with it. So, yeah, I'm good, man.
I can ask you this:
Wait a minute,
is this your,
there's three grandpas in there.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
The newest to the club,
Is
man.
this
I appreciate y'all for letting me in.
welcome to the
No
club,
problem, man.
Grandpa.
Is this your
No doubt, no doubt.
is this your first grandchild?
First grandchild, my man.
Isn't
First
that
one.
awesome? It's the best, isn't it? I've
Yeah,
got one.
man.
I
It
got
is.
another one coming in May. So I've
Yeah, you
got
know,
a
hey.
5-year-old granddaughter, and I got a
Oh, beautiful.
grandson coming in May. So I'm excited for that one.
Oh,
too.
beautiful, beautiful. People don't realize, man, it's actually a privilege. It's a
It is.
privilege
God,
to get old. I try to tell the youngsters that, man, it's a privilege to age. You know, I just say age gracefully if you're gonna do it. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. Look at the three of us. Look
That's
how
right.
good we look for our age, right?
There
man?
you go.
Right?
There you
We got
go.
grandkids?
Exactly.
Hell
They
yeah.
look
That's
better.
right.
Look better than the young folks over there. So, you know.
There you go.
One word of advice when it comes to presents for the kids, for grandchildren, get them the
Yeah.
noisiest toys possible.
Get
See,
it.
look,
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Get them the noisiest
doubt.
toys possible,
I got
so that they annoy the
I got,
shit out of their parents as they get older and play with the stuff.
I got another
Oh,
advice.
trust me.
When he gets a little older and then run down, kind of like upset you for something, like, okay, let me watch my grandkid. Keep them for the night, let them have their fun, and then watch your sugar, send them back home at 9:00 at night.
There you go. There you go. I'm writing all this down. Trust me. I'm writing all this down.
Hey, he'll do it too. He gonna take the dose. He gonna take the dose. But
Oh,
we
yeah,
talking
you know
about
it.
Pops. I mean, how you feel, man? Give me 2 cents.
Well, you know, like I was talking to you earlier, I think it's a good move. You know, like I was telling Rundown, I feel like if you sign Geno, you sign him to a 3-year contract, 2 years guaranteed, you give him $40 million a year, you know, and that way, if a Shador does fall to your lap at 6, you can still do that if you want. You know, you can do the Jackson Dart thing if you want to try to trade back, you know, because now you got a guy that's a stopgap there. And it's a real solid stopgap because the going rate for a quarterback with Geno's acumen is pretty much around $35 to $40 million, right? That's the second to third tier quarterbacks that we're looking at, and that's how much they're getting paid now. So I think it's a good move. He's already come. There's no culture building that has to go on here. You know, he's already bringing Pete Carroll's culture with him. You know, so all of these things are going to help us hit the ground running, so to speak, and it gives us flexibility in the draft too.
Yeah, totally agree.
Well, he'll also bring that veteran leadership on the offense, which is what we've been lacking. You know, we never had a true. You know, you've got Max on the defensive side. You know, now on the offense, you know, you're bringing in, like you said, an experienced veteran quarterback that's going to be that leader on the team, which we haven't had. You know, the last time we had a leader on the offensive side was I know some aren't going to agree, but was definitely Carr. Carr was the leader on that offense, as your quarterback should. You know, it shouldn't be your offensive line or your tackle
no doubt,
or a wide receiver. Even though Jacoby Myers, I think, was that guy for us last year on the offensive side, just because of, you know, his veteran stature and players respected him and liked him. You know, so I think that's also the good thing with Geno coming in. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like
you know, like I said, that it's instant culture. You know, it's instant culture. Someone that can actually process NFL defenses. I think, you know, like I was telling Rundown earlier as well. I think he, you know, that was a discombobulated type of season for Seattle last year. I kind of watched a few of their games last year, and I thought that Geno he forced a lot. You know, they didn't have the best run game last year as well. And the play calling just wasn't as consistent as you saw it with Pete Carroll, right? Like we knew when Pete Carroll was coaching the Seahawks, there was a certain way that they were going to play football. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't remember too many times where I just watched them get their ass kicked by any team, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that to me, that says that he understands what he's getting in Geno. He understands what he wants. And our offense is going to be competent. Last year, we had one of the most incompetent offenses from top to bottom in the league, you know, and it showed. You know what I mean? Getsy, with Getsy being the main culprit. And then you can trickle that down to Gardner Minshew and some of the other things that happen. But we'll start with Getsy and just a whole philosophy.
Dad, real quick, if I could interject, man, let's keep it a bean. The talent gap between Geno Smith and Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew is about as wide as the talent gap as if Jeff was playing LeBron James in one-on-one. Let's be honest with ourselves here, bro.
Hey.
Without a doubt.
One thing.
What's happening?
One thing, Geno Smith.
I object to that.
No.
See. Go ahead, my man.
One thing about Geno Smith coming in here,
hey,
he knows a style of play Pete Carroll like to run. He knows what kind of style he likes to play. So he already had to leg up on everybody else. Like, I know what Pete Carroll likes. I know what he wants. So he already got to leg up. So he hasn't learned nothing new yet. I mean, besides the playbook of Chip Kelly, but he hasn't learned anything new. Like you said, Grandpa, he already know the culture, what Pete Carroll expects out of him.
Yeah. And here's the thing, just a real quick with Gardner and Geno. I mean, the one thing we know about Geno Smith is that Geno Smith is a bona fide NFL starter. I'm not saying he's a bona fide superstar or anything like that, but he is an NFL starting quarterback. You don't look at Geno as a backup, right? Like kind of like we looked at Gardner Minshew. Was like, okay, we done trade. We just signed Gardner Minshew. I remember last year we were like, dude, we signed Gardner Minshew. What else is next? Okay, I know this isn't it. You know what I mean? So that was the feeling I had when we signed Gardner Minshew last year. Us making this trade for Geno, that's okay. We can compete, and if we put the right pieces in place, 10-7 ain't out of the question. That's how I feel about Geno.
Mention question, Paul. So last year we had Minshew and AOC.
Mm-hmm.
What top receiver, wants to come to the Raiders and play for these quarterbacks? Tell me one. None.
Zero.
Smith, a proven veteran who can, like I read your son these stats, who can get it done. But you see us like, I can go to the Raiders. They got a quarterback now. I can go play for them. So he can bring us more receivers, free agents, if they're even out there. So we have that.
I'm really like I said, I think that you throw Chip Kelly in that too. Put Chip Kelly in that mix where there's some play calling acumen. You know what I mean? Like putting guys in the right situations. You know what I mean? So for me, we need to go ahead and make sure that now we want to switch over to the draft and then you look at it talking about adding talent there. I talked to my son. Do we go after the Arizona receiver at 6? Do we go after a Genty if Genty's there at 6? Or if Shador slides to 6, do we go with Shador? Like I think that we need to put a playmaker on this offense really quickly, a number 1 type receiver. So I wouldn't be mad at any one of those guys if they were there at 6 and we took them. And you could throw Mason Graham in there as well. But as far as getting a playmaker, I think that should be a top priority as well. I don't think we're in the DK Metcalf sweepstakes anymore, though. I think we're done there.
Yeah, they want too much.
They want too much. First pick and a third pick.
I mean, I know from some of the shows this week that we've been talking about, we were all kind of on board with it being like a 3rd round pick for him. And maybe throw in like a Michael Mayer, add a little juice to it, instead of the 1st round pick. I don't want to give him a 1st round pick.
And you know what? Even we talk about the draft compensation, but here's the other piece to that. Now we got to pay him. Like that's part of this. And my man's talking about he wants 30 M's.
Yeah, but we were willing to give up the 3rd for DK and give him 30, so it shouldn't be a problem to give Geno the 3rd and give him 40. That's nothing for a quarterback.
Rundown. When you were doing your live tonight, I know I was kind of fading in and out listening because there's just so much going on here at the house at the time. You talked about how much, like where he ranks in the quarterbacks. I think you said he was like 15, ranked 15.
If we paid him $40 million, he's the 15th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Quarterback, yeah.
And if we're being honest, if we're ranking quarterbacks, he's around there. 15, 17.
That's I mean,
Right.
that's the going price. I mean, that's
So like, if you
situation
take
we're
the money
stuck
out
in.
of it, like if you're just gonna rank quarterbacks in the NFL, he's around 15, 17 if you were ranking them. If he's getting paid 15, he's getting paid his rank. I mean, that's what it is.
Now,
yeah.
I will say I'm banking on this as far as what we can do with Geno. I'm banking on the stability of him being with Pete Carroll again and getting back into this culture mixed with some of the talent that we got on this team. I think that can account for Geno, that could give Geno a boost in itself. Never forget that we got the tutelage of Tom Brady as well. And I'm sure he's going to be lending his expertise. You know what I mean? So there's a standard that I think Geno is coming to that might even be a better standard than what he had with the Seahawks with Pete Carroll. Because you're talking about, you got a bona fide offensive coordinator with Chip Kelly. You got Tom Brady behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stability. All of a sudden, there's a lot of mature stability in this organization that we couldn't even spoke on last year.
Do you know what we were ranked last year in passing on the offensive line? You know our rank was?
What's that?
13. We was ranked 13 in the NFL in pass protection.
Yeah.
What were the Seahawks?
Our line wasn't that bad last year. I mean,
26 in run. So in the passing thing, now we just got rid of I'm lighting the ass James.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Lighting the loafers. Yeah, lighting the loafers James.
Parham next, Jeff. Parham next.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we put James in the middle, and we get a guard, and we move from 13 up to 9. But we should have no problems because we need receivers, right? We got a playmaker. We got Brock Bowers, Jacoby. What do they call it? Consistent. He always makes a catch, and he blocks on the run games.
Yeah,
people don't think about that. When they run, he blocks.
I feel like we're gonna bring Tyler Lockett in too. I feel like somehow,
do me
some
a
way.
favor, Chris. What did Seattle rank in their rankings last year?
And what ranking you want?
Pass protection and run last year.
Hold on.
So Rebel says 21 touchdowns, 24 turnovers, 15 interceptions, 9 fumbles for Geno at 40 mil. Make it make sense. 5 or 6 of them turnovers, bro. I literally watched them games. Them shits is Hail Mary interceptions. I don't count them shits. I mean, honestly, I don't count no Hail Mary interception. So take out 5 or 6 of those.
Well, and I'll say this as well. I think Geno was trying to do too much last year.
Yeah,
a lot of games. A lot of games. Like when you don't have a running game, their run game was shit last year. Their run game was shit last year. So, you have to realize that, he was trying to force a lot of things. I'm not making total excuses for him. I'm not saying that he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback or nothing like that. But he did have to force a lot of plays last year. Remember, his first year with Pete Carroll, he had 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. You know what I mean? Like, that was only a couple of years ago. He was comeback player of the year. So, I mean, he does have it in him. Like I said, I think with the stability that we're going to offer him, because Pete's going out to get a real running back. We probably going to get a couple of banger running backs. Probably going to get a couple of bangers. Yeah, we're going to get a couple of bangers.
The draft is freaking loaded with them.
So we're going to lace.
Even some of these running backs are going to be undrafted free agents. I mean, are going to be just as good as, some of the other running backs that are already in the NFL.
Look here, bro. Well, can I be honest with you? Look, I got people over here talking about you don't think Geno worth 40. Derek Carr is making $37.5 million.
Yeah.
Geno Smith is worth
for quarterback.
Geno Smith is worth that amount of money. I'm sorry, bro. He's better than Derek Carr right now. I don't care what nobody wants.
Without a doubt.
Better than Derek Carr right now. He's better.
Without a doubt.
He deserves that 40. You can get him that 40.
To pay Donald $40 million.
That's what I'm saying. Are we kidding?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This year, aren't we only giving him 25?
No, he wants a contract extension, though.
He's going to get the extension.
He's going to get the extension.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to give him another 15.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's worth it.
Sound nasty. It sounds gross, but you got to think, bro, like compared to everybody else he's getting paid, like compared to, he's better than a lot of these dudes. Like Baker Mayfield is the low end at 33, but still, bro, like he's same comparable to Baker Mayfield in my opinion. He's not Baker Mayfield.
And also, hey fellas, remember this. 2 things. The salary cap has went up exponentially. That's one. Yeah. 2, is that we have an influx of cash now.
Okay.
With this new ownership group that came in, we got the bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we got the bread. It's like I love the moves that they making. You cut Andre James, you cut some of these other guys that we could even get more cap space with. You know what I'm saying? So the money is there. That's the going rate for a quarterback of Geno's stature at this point, because all the upper echelon guys are getting 50 and over.
Yeah, even and I'll tell you what, I wasn't in favor of it because I'm still a firm believer. You sign a contract, you play that contract out. But you look at what we just did with Max. We restructured him at the right time. We did it right before free. We set the bar now.
Set the market.
So if we would have waited for someone else to sign first, we'd be paying even more money for him. And number two, with the restructure that we did on him, we gained another $6 million back into the cap.
Yep, that's a great point.
101. So we put more money back into the cap too, so we can use it.
I also heard that the same could happen with Christian Wilkins.
Yeah,
they might be they might be able to restructure him to get some more money under the cap.
And
for this year.
And with the coaching staff we have now, I've said this before, it makes it easier for you to get some of these veteran players that are free agents, because players are now going to want to come here. Whereas years past, like within the last 5 or 6 years, nobody wanted to come here because we were such ass and we had horrible coaching staff. Now you've got a direction. You've got a clear path what's going on. Players are going to want to come here and be a part of this turnaround for this team, because let's face it, this team turns it around. It's going to be a huge story, and you're going to be part of it as that player that helped reestablish the Raiders as relevant again.
Hey, Ron, what stats do you want? I
just pulled it up right now. I just pulled it up right now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's, again, we got to put things into perspective. Rebel, Rebel will tell me like, oh yeah, they got a cool rushing, whatever, bro. I'm looking there 28th. They ranked 20. What did we rank, Chris?
26.
28th. They ranked 28th in rushing last year. Only damn near 95 yards a game, and we only had 1,300
they were
yards.
Terrible.
We only had 1,300.
They were terrible last year.
Yeah.
They had 1,600 yards rushing. They only had 300 more yards rushing. He still had 4,200 yards. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we have to. And Gardner Minshew did what at 1,300 rushing yards? Aiden O'Connell did what with 1,300 rushing yards? Yeah. So again, bro, we have to keep things into perspective. There are tiers. It's laughable the talent gap between Aiden O'Connell and Geno Smith.
Yeah, but Ron-Con, I mean, the only thing.
But the offensive line was ranked third in the NFL. The offensive line was ranked third in the NFL, but yet they won 10 games.
Their offensive line was ranked 30th?
Yeah.
The third thing.
And then 10-7.
And it went 10-7.
Come on.
With no running.
I mean, listen, Geno, he can win you games. I mean, I've sat there and watched him beat the 49ers. I sat there and watched him beat the Rams before. I mean, like he can win you games. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that. I mean, look, you can't shake a stick at DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett. So it's not like he didn't have talent around him. But at the same time, I think that right now we're on course to offer him better talent than he had with him.
Yeah. Well,
I really feel like that.
We got talent.
Yeah.
You got Brock Bowers. You got, like I said, you got Jacoby. We need maybe another one receiver or two.
Yeah.
We got Tucker.
Yeah. We got to get two more receivers. I mean, like I said, I feel like Tyler Lockett's gonna. I think they're gonna sign Tyler Lockett as one, and then they're gonna get another one.
What was that, Ruffy?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, sorry to interrupt because I know my internet is crashing down, but I really understand that after Geno Smith, don't be surprised if they're gonna bring something like wide receiver with high caliber, because I understand we need to figure it out about like the running back room, which is, as a matter of fact, like I told you the guys, I mean, the running back room, it became like a lot of disaster, but we need to figure it out after getting ball like the situation for the quarterback. We need to solve the situation of the wide receiver, the running back, tight end, not too much because we have Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers, but also we got Jacoby Myers as a wide receiver. but we need something to get involved, a lot of more defense. And after we just saw like an extension for Matt Crosby, who knows what's going to be extended for Nets? Christian Wilkins, Robert Spillane. I mean, someone that has to go for like the defense, and they never stop.
Well, Christian Wilkins had to be extended because he has a 5-year term, 4-year.
Yeah. He just got to get extended out, restructured.
Yeah.
Once you restructure him, we're all right. We're going to be all right with him.
Yeah.
So, well, look, I'll say this. I'll say this about the receiver. That's why I said a little bit earlier. Do you go after McMillan from Arizona? Because if you go after McMillan, and he will be there at 6, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then you're getting the best wide receiver in the draft. You know what I mean? But I just think that the draft is such a wild card because there's so many options. We don't know what the hell is going on in the top 5. We really can't say that we know what's going on in the top 5. You know what I mean?
I'm literally seeing all the Seahawk players react right now, and all the Seahawk players are pissed.
Yeah, they're pissed.
The Seahawk players are pissed. Like, they're mad. They really did not
for a third rounder?
They did not want this man to leave.
No, they didn't want
We
to leave.
stole Geno. For a third rounder, we stole Geno. If that's all we had to give up, if that's all we had to give up to get a starting quarterback, a third rounder, then we stole that man.
Steal.
Yeah,
please go look at this man highlights, dog. Please.
They said we got stabbed in the back. Why they get rid of Geno? They all were upset. Like,
please go watch this man highlights from last year, bro, so you should understand. Just understand. Look how much pressure he's in the fucking highlights. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like I said, he tried to do too much last year. Like, if you watch some of their games, he forced a lot of things because the offensive line was so bad. You know what I mean? They couldn't run the football. They were kind of like we were, but we pass protected better. Yeah. You know, I mean, think about it. We had to have some decent pass protection for Brock Bowers to break the rookie record, right? This man had a hell of a year last year, and we had ass quarterbacks pretty much the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So, in that regard, he's gonna have a super weapon in Brock Bowers. I already know. You already know that we're going to draft a couple of running backs, and this is the draft for running backs. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we can stock up this year by getting Geno. That gave us time to say, okay, we can either draft a quarterback this year, which I think they are. We just don't know where, but they're going to draft one. I even threw this out to my son. Would y'all rock with Jalen Milroe in the second round and let him sit behind Geno?
I would. I said Grandpa, they might just go ahead and draft Jalen Milroe because they were interested in him. He can sit for years.
Right.
His timeline works if you want to say that. Like, Geno's here for 2-3 years. Like, and Jalen don't need to
he's going to be a project.
Yeah,
we're not doing it. Listen, we're not doing it at 6. But you go ahead and get him. You go ahead and get him in that second round, and guess what? Just have a seat for 2 years.
See him fall to the third round, to be honest with you, if not further back.
Honestly, I'm cool with even waiting another year. If we're gonna pay Geno that much money, and we know that this is a bad quarterback class, supposedly
it's not that much money.
I know, but we're investing money, and we're investing him to be a bridge quarterback for the next at least 3 years. I'm willing to, let him be the starter for those 3 years. Let him be that bridge and build the team while we invest in a draft pick, maybe even next year, because this year is so deep besides the quarterback that we can build the team, and then next year look for that player that can wait another year, and then by that time Geno Smith contract's up, we can easily transition into the next quarterback coming in.
I disagree. Nate.
Yeah.
You know what? The Raiders have been drafted a quarterback. I asked that question earlier. Have been drafted a quarterback before a third round, and can you name one? No, they didn't draft a quarterback this year.
Yes, they do.
Draft one next year.
And I'll say this, Nate.
No more waiting around. Around. We wait till next year. Hell no. You got your business quarterback now. Get a quarterback now. Get him Milroe and Jackson Dart. Get somebody. Let them sit for a year. Let them learn.
Yep.
If he draft next year. No more waiting around for that.
Yeah. You got to get a quarterback this year. Yeah. You got to take a quarterback this year.
Yeah. And to
you know what I mean?
I think we're not going to be this low again. We're just not. Like
Yep.
we're gonna win more games.
Yep.
So it's like
Yep.
this is the only time to be. I mean, not even as low as the 6, but we got the 6 pick in every round. So we're not gonna be this low in every round again like this. So it's probably need to do it this year. And let's just keep it a beam, bro. You know, we look at the draft, Nate. Next year, quarterback class ain't better. It's not. I mean, you could say it is, but it's not, bro.
Right, right. I mean, we say that every year. Like, oh man, let's wait till next year. You like, there's no guarantees. And like when you're picking quarterbacks, as you see, there's no guarantees. Like last year, we was all like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get Shador Sanders. And look, we're not in a position really to get him unless he falls. Like, there's never a chance where you can just sit here and say, okay, well, next year we'll get one. Because then guess what? Then next year we're gonna say next year we'll get one. So you gotta put your feet in the sand, and because there are some quarterbacks that are worthy as top of the round, second round picks in this draft. There are some guys that you can pick up top of the second round that are worthy of being picked at that position, right? Because I think like a guy like Jackson Dart, for example, Jackson Dart might not last till 20, to be honest. So I think it's gonna be. I think he's hotter than fish grease. Jackson Dart's not gonna last till he's gonna go 20 and above. That's it. And then after that, then you start looking at other guys. Like I said, it could be a Jalen Milroe, a Kyle McCord from Syracuse is out there. It's a lot of the Tyler Shuck. It's a lot of guys that people can look to say, okay, well, if we sat him for a year or two, this guy might be the kid we need to develop. Because I think it's going to be a movement right now to start drafting some of these quarterbacks and not putting them in the fire too early.
Yeah.
Especially when you got a guy like Tom Brady.
Did you say hotter than fish grease?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's an old schooler right there.
I love
it.
Never heard that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's old.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, Grandma, what's the last time you seen a Raiders draft a quarterback before round 3? When was the last time you saw that?
Derek Carr. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. In 14. That was 11 years ago.
Exactly.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, they got to have a quarterback this year. They got
know this, Chris.
Real quick. We got a $5 holler, man. Appreciate it, man. Said Nation, keep Raider 24 Nation, son. Raider in your thoughts and prayers.
No doubt.
Get them back to 100% to make a game. Thoughts and prayers, man. Of course, man. We praying for y'all, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. And of course, man, hope the speedy recovery is happening, man. Get you to a game for sure, man. We gonna win some more games. We definitely gotta get you to a game. You already know what time it is.
No doubt. Hey, you know what? Check this on the quarterback tip too. So here's another thing. Here's a big caveat in this to me. Whoever we do draft, just remember that he's going to be endorsed by Tom Brady. So just know that whoever we do pick up, he's going to be endorsed by Tom Brady, which is fascinating to me, right? So I think you got to keep that in mind as well, because if we do end up drafting a quarterback in these first 2 rounds, that's going to tell you all you need to know about what they think this kid can do.
Also happy about what happened is that Geno Smith asked for a trade the other day and Raider jumped right in it. They didn't wait around.
Yeah.
He jumped right on it. So what Geno
Smith wanted him. He wanted him.
You know what else I found funny? And this is for Pops too. Yeah, I found it very funny how Aiden O'Connell was like, yeah, man, I'm watching film with Tom Brady. And the day after Tom end up watching film with AOC. Like, you know what? We got to go get Geno. You're right.
Yeah.
Geno.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that
no
absolutely horrendous trade proposition that the Seattle Seahawks sent?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
They tried to
shoot
him,
bro.
Yeah. They tried. Shit, I would have shot it. Hey, I would have shot it out there too. You know what I'm saying?
You can't blame for trying. Like, you never know.
Oh, look. My pops used to tell me, all she can say is no shit. Move on to the next one.
My pops say it's not a failure unless you try. So you don't know.
There it is, dog. There it is.
That's what it is, bro. I mean, of course we said no, but they still gave us Geno for the third,
Yeah.
Which means is DK a possibility still? What if you got him for like a 4th?
I mean, okay, now if we talk about giving up. Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Would you give up a 2nd round pick for him?
No.
DK?
Yeah.
No.
I seen somebody say, let's do the pick swap. Let's do the pick swap. Let's get Geno. I mean, DK. Let's pick where are they at 18.
That I would do. I think I said that.
That's not
Did you
bad.
say that?
I said
Oh,
that.
then
We
I
can
take
do
it back.
that.
I take it back. Then I take it back. I take it back.
And we'll throw in Michael Mayer. We'll throw Michael Mayer in for you if you want to sweeten the
For
deal.
real. Exactly.
Well,
Now, I mean,
Yeah, we can do that.
we haven't cut James says we can throw that in too. Say here's a bonus package.
Exactly.
Here's a bonus
Exactly.
We do need to keep some defense. We do need to think about this, man. Shout out 805 in the building, man. Appreciate you, man.
805.
Yeah,
package.
we're gonna do something this weekend, 805 for sure. We're gonna get it in. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, as far as DK, our cap space will be gone. We still need to sign some defensive people. I mean, at least for something.
Exactly.
That's true.
So that's why I'm not really high on the DK thing anymore. Like, I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's a lot of money. The Chargers got a lot of money. I think he might be headed to the Chargers. I think they're gonna swing big on a guy like that.
Patriots are aggressive. Patriots are mad aggressive.
This got money too,
I'd rather see him go to the Patriots.
Yeah,
Me too. Rather than go to New England.
I
Me
think
too.
he'd be
Yeah.
successful there.
Yeah.
I don't want
to
to
to play them, but it's only one game.
Yeah, I want
instead
to
of two.
And they
What
need-
about Mayer for
they
a
need
decaf?
receivers.
A mayor?
Oh, no, they wouldn't.
They're not gonna do that
They
straight
wouldn't
up.
take that. That's not even
No, they
swap.
wouldn't do that straight up.
That's not even swap at all.
Nah, they're not gonna do that straight up.
No, you're talking about
We'd have to give up. We'd have to give up like a third in Mayer. A third Mayer and like a seventh rounder,
yeah.
something like that.
Plus
Mayer
the
was a second
extension.
rounder, right?
Yeah, Mayer was the second rounder.
Then we got to pay. Then we got to pay Metcalf, like you said, eat our count.
Yeah, man, that's just gonna be too much bread because you already getting ready to pay Geno 40. You about to pay Geno 40. So then you throw him on top of that. That's just gonna be too much. You know what I mean? That's why we gotta. The free agent market for wide receivers is not great. That's one of the things that is not really great. That's why you saw Houston make the trade for Christian Kirk. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get in front of some of this stuff, dude. Like Devontae's not coming back to us.
Oh, hell
No, we no, I don't do traders anyway. I'm good on that. But
Thank you.
you can't because you know why you can't trust that motherfucker, dog. Like now when you're in the foxhole. He ain't gonna be there.
Yeah,
He ain't gonna be there.
This guy's not a freaking team player. Only his
He ain't gonna be there.
I'm not getting those catches. I don't have the stats.
Yeah.
This is a team game.
Nah.
There's 20 other guys out there playing. You just want your stats.
No, we don't need you. Yeah, we don't need that, dog. So I'm not rocking with him. So now you got a Chris Godwin, which everybody seems to think that might be a play because
like
Spytek came from Tampa. But I just don't like the injuries.
Yeah.
I feel like he's always getting hurt. And that's the thing. So that's what boomerangs you back. It's just where's your philosophy? That's why this is so intriguing right now because you're asking yourself, which direction are we gonna go in this draft? Because the free agency crop is not that great with receivers. Where we're picking at right now, you could get the best receiver in the draft, but you're looking at it. It's going to be somebody that falls in this draft to 6. When we pick at 6, it's almost going to be like a Brock Bowers situation where we say, damn, this dude fell in our lap, whether that's Mason Graham, whether that's Shedeur Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's McMillan, somebody's going to fall, but we're going to get a blue chip player. I really feel like that's going to happen. So if you guys...
He's not going to be guaranteed to be good when he gets here anyway because T-Mac was one of those players in college. He was a man amongst boys. So he comes in the field, he can be playing against other men. So he might be
but his skill set. But he's got such a skill set. Like he can, like when you watch this kid, and you know what? See, we tend to fall in love with the most explosive players that we see. Right? Like we like explosion. We like that Jamar Chase, that that Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean? But some guys are just smooth athletes. They're so smooth and they're so skilled, they make it look easy. Almost like Luka does, right? You look at Luka, you like, damn, how the hell? Like, what are we doing? And you sitting there watching TV. I don't mean to jump over, but you sitting there like, man, I could guard Luka. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and McMillan is kind of like the same type of guy. Like you can look at him And some of the things, if you go back and look at his highlights, some of the things that he does, oh, that's NFL translatable all day.
Yep.
All day long. You know,
LV been talking about he been talking about McMillan for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I see AJ Green. I see AJ Green.
I like that.
And,
I like that.
yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Not a bad comparison at
And
all.
let's be
That's-
honest, bro. When AJ Green is healthy, in that time, we was talking about him as one of the best receivers in the
Yeah.
league.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Let's
Without
not
a doubt.
get it twisted. AJ Green was that dog as a dog. So
And this
I
kid
see
can
a
go
lot
up
of-
and get it too.
I see
Yep.
a lot.
Yeah, the boys
With
good.
Bowers, if I put him on the outside,
That's what I'm saying.
and I put
Right.
Bowers on the
Yeah.
same side in the slot, and I got
Oh,
Jacoby
man.
Myers to a trips. Whoever wants to be there, bro. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you do.
Zero, bro. We're going to
And
work.
you go to get and then you get yourself a stud running back. You because you're gonna be able to get a running
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Can we get a
You get
Hampton?
yourself-
Can we get a Hampton with that?
Yeah, but see, Hampton's gonna be a first rounder though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think Hampton. I don't think Hampton can get. You might have to
Jenkins.
look at your boy from Iowa.
Jenkins.
Jenkins is hard.
Caleb Johnson.
What about
Jenkins
Caleb?
or give me
Caleb
Johnson?
Johnson.
Give me
Johnson.
Jenkins.
Caleb Johnson is
I'm one
hard.
of the two.
Give me
I
Khalil
think-
Mullings in the 7th, bro. I'm over. I'm done.
You know they not
Over.
talking about it. He might go
Over.
undrafted, dog. He might go undrafted. I want him.
Exactly,
That's
bro.
what I want.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, dog. The dude is 6'2", 230.
Well, even
what I'm saying.
805
wait.
been pushing this kid for late too. That Ollie Gordon.
Yeah,
Bro,
Gordon
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Ollie
And then-
Gordon,
Oh yeah. Ollie Gordon is nice.
he led the
Ollie
league,
Gordon is nice.
the nation in rushing not this past year, but the year prior. Like, bro.
Yeah, Ollie Gordon's hard.
options, man. Where there's options, we look at one of them Ohio State dudes is coming. We getting one of them dudes.
Yeah, we
I
snatch one of them dudes. We straight.
I feel that.
Now let me
So,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
The combine, though, I agree with Rundown. I'd rather have. I think I'm pushing more for Judkins now after watching the combine.
I'm telling you, bro. That dude.
He's
I
explosive.
That's a
He's
3 down
explosive.
back right there, bro. Like that's somebody you can. As he grows, he gonna be one of them dudes. I really do.
That
And the way
was
Chip Kelly runs the
number
offense is
one,
always
right?
quick. He runs a fast
Yeah.
offense. He don't run a slow offense. He don't like sit there and set for 15, 40 seconds. He said, call a play, get in there, go. He's not
Yeah.
no waiting around.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
let
you
me
right
ask this
there,
question.
That's number one, bro. I mean, 224-4. Like, come on, dog. Like, you the fuck out of
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Maybe-
crazy. That's crazy. Let me ask this question then.
Ball and shit too. Like, come on, bro.
Since we're talking about the number 6 pick, all right, I'm gonna give you 3 names, and each one of you guys tell me which one are you taking. Are you taking Shador, Mason Graham, or T Mac at 6? If one of those guys are available at 6, which one are you taking?
Chris
I'll still
Fu
take
up in the
Shador.
left. You go first.
Who me?
Yeah, I'll still take Shador.
I'm taking Graham.
Rundown.
Okay.
Chris, you said Shador. This Chris says Graham. Okay, LV, where you going?
Ah, fuck. Honestly, as much as I don't want to, I'd probably have to take Shador.
Wow. You come around. I'm so proud. I'm proud. There we go. All right, Jeff. Where'd you
I'm
going, man? I
taking
know where you
Graham.
going. Yeah, I know where you going.
I'm
Mason
taking Graham.
I know it didn't work for them, bro, but like in hindsight, you look at Atlanta and what they did, it was a smart play, bro. Like that's what they should have done. And in hindsight, it worked because Kirk ended up being butt, and then they saw what Penix had towards the later of the season. They're like, okay, well, we got a guy then. So for me,
And you have to get look.
you got to do
Pull that trigger because you know what? This is a deep draft for D tackles as well. Now, if Shador's on the if Shador's on the board, if he's on the board with Mason Graham, I'm gonna have to go. As much as I would hate it, because I love Mason Graham. Mason Graham is like I picture him on that D line, and we're unstoppable. But if you have a chance to get Shador, and not only get him, but you can sit him, right? He can really sit down for a minute and learn under Geno, learn under Pete, work with Tom some more. And now you got something in the lab that you can say, okay, I got something to really look for. I got a young gun that's sat down for a while, and he comes from a pedigree already. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, he's played some games in it. You know, look at his body of work from Jackson State and 2 years at Colorado. I mean, he's put some things on film. Like, it's not like he hasn't, you know, there's a reason why he's being talked about to go as high as he's being talked about to go. The kid can play. It's just we're looking for upper echelon athleticism and he's already trying to tell everybody, I'm a processor, right? You hear that word get thrown around a lot when you talk about quarterbacks, especially young ones, processing ability. And he tells you off the top, I'm not here looking to run. I mean, why can't you compare him to CJ Stroud? Like, is CJ Stroud that much more athletic than he is? Like, does CJ Stroud have that much stronger of an arm? Like, if you really think about it, like, just think about those two in comparison. Like, you can look at Caleb Williams and Cam Ward and say that's similar. You know, that's a similar style. But if you look at CJ Stroud and you look at Shedeur Sanders, I mean, to me, that's a favorable comp. So I would take that all day long, especially if I had a chance to groom him and let him sit for at least a year. Because my perfect world is you sign Geno for 3 years, sign Geno for 3, right? And you got the option to get out after the second year, right? You can cut ties after the second year with Geno. So you got a kid in the bullpen, and all he's doing pretty much is mentoring for the next couple years. He starts this year. Next year, him and Shedeur competing to see who starts. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, I think that's how you build your future. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you start trying to secure your future.
That's if Shedeur does fall to 6, Raiders will take him. I'm not guaranteeing it.
You have to.
Likely, if he falls to 6, Raiders will take him. I don't see him trading up to get him. But if
no, I don't either. No,
they will take him. If he
because
doesn't, they'll take somebody else and wait till the next round to get another quarterback.
Yeah, you don't have to trade up because
805 want to come in here. He want to start with that. Don't start because there's a lot about Colorado's offense. There's a lot about Colorado's offense that is a lot was for him to get the ball out of his hands. They were tailor made. They had no run game. There's a lot of shit I could talk about with that. But
their run game was atrocious. Their run game was horrible.
They have a bad offensive
Geno
line.
Smith is the perfect person for Shedeur to learn under for a year. And honestly, we talk about the main thing, which is I feel his pre-snap ability. I feel like he'll be able to. I feel like he really does not have to sit. Honestly, he does not have to sit. But if I get a guy like that, who I feel like his main superpower is that pre-snap, is the understanding of where to go with the football, understanding where to.
He's a processor.
Give him a year to understand what Chip Kelly wants from an offense. It's over. It's a wrap, bro. He's gonna understand that shit inside and out. I feel like he'll understand that shit inside and out. So where the second year, if I can give him that open competition, you beat out Geno Smith, who we would hope would have a decent year this next year. It's legit. So now we happy. Now we cool. You feel what I'm saying? Because now you don't fuck around. Now you don't fuck around and you done beat out legit competition. We're not sitting here talking about you done beat out Gardner Minshew. And you didn't beat out O'Connell.
Yeah. Listen. As Raider fans,
I don't like Sanders. I just had that gut feeling that he's just not it. It bothers me. It's just something that screams to me, don't do it. It's just,
that man looked like a Raider.
Now they can they got somebody can learn under. So they can pull the trigger, grab him. Now he can sit for a year and learn, not be pressured to start the first game of the season. So now he can learn. You can see how it works out, from Chip Kelly and Geno Smith. And
and you got to
now you learn.
You got to remember. Well, I'm sorry. But
Geno Smith.
No, you got to remember something as well. I mean, Shedeur's pedigree. Like, this is nothing like everything that he's dealing with or everything that he's going to see. He already knows this. It's a kid. Right, like we're not talking about like a guy that's green. Like, look at a guy like Anthony Richardson that came in. That kid only started 14 games in college. Right? To me, that's a big if. That's a big if to me. Like, oh shit, yeah, I see all the requisite, the speed, the arm strength, the this and the that, but he has no pedigree. Like, you got to look at Shedeur and say, man, Shedeur, he knows that he's going to do this from the inside to the out, like, and he's been thoroughly trained. When you watch him play, he's another guy that when you watch him play, it left a bad taste in his mouth, so to speak, because he tried to do too much. That's another thing that you got to remember. He had a shitty offensive line 2 years. He had a shitty running game for 2 years, but they had track stars and they had guys at the receiver position. And how many times did he have to run around in the backfield, try to evade guys in the backfield, then try to set and throw the football? Like, he was running for his life. And he's trying to tell you, when you listen to him talk, he's trying to tell you, I can break down defenses before I even snap the football. But if I have the right offensive line behind me, I can pick you apart, because he goes off the Brady philosophy. Get the ball out of your hands. Get the ball out of your hands. And I feel like he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks at getting rid of the football. I think he'll be even better than Cam Ward at getting the ball, knowing where to go and getting the ball out of his hands. I bet anybody anything, he's going to be better at knowing how to get the football out of his hands and get out of his hands faster than Cam Ward will.
I've even heard people compare him to Burrow, and if he's anything like Burrow, man.
I like that. I was going to say that, bro. You want to? I was going to say that. I was going to say that because
Sanders.
What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm trying to tell you.
Comparing him to Joe Burrow?
If you would have put Shedeur Sanders,
please get in here and help me. With
hey, check this out. Check this out. If you would have put Shedeur Sanders on that same LSU squad that Joe Burrow was on with Jamar chasing him, he would have did the same thing. He would have did the same thing on that LSU squad that Joe Burrow did.
That team was geared, yeah. I won't dispute that at all.
And we don't look at Joe Burrow we don't look at Joe Burrow as like some super athlete either. Joe Burrow just gets the ball out of his. That's Joe Burrow's superpower. He doesn't hold on to the ball. He sees it and he gets rid of it.
Yeah.
That's his superpower.
I'll say this.
I say Burrow's the best quarterback in the definitely the AFC, probably if not the whole NFL right now.
For me, bro, I'll say this. You can say all you want, but a quarterback that everybody loved to say before the season, right? That everybody shut the fuck up on now. Nobody say nothing. Carson Beck, everybody loved Carson Beck for the season. There was a whole bunch of people that was telling me Carson Beck was the shit.
He's gonna be number one.
And all of a sudden, them dudes all of a sudden are saying nothing now. But if I would have dropped Shedeur in Georgia right now, them motherfuckers would have been competing for a national championship. I don't
without a doubt.
He's better than
Carson
Beck. Better than 100% better than the show this year. Otherwise, Carson Beck wouldn't be transferring to Miami and not going into the draft. So honestly, bro, like I guess some people don't like Shedeur. I understand, bro, but there are levels to this shit. But he's better than most of the dudes y'all think are good. Better than most of them. Otherwise, they'd be in the draft right now competing for a lot of. There was a lot of people that said a lot of he was ranked like the 6th, 7th college quarterback before the season started. All them motherfuckers shut the fuck up at the season now.
And remember something. I don't think that you even saw the best of Shedeur with offensive play calling, certain things that certain talent levels that quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks get. Like some of these quarterbacks that we look at right now, they had unbelievable talent, especially the SEC quarterbacks. They had unbelievable. They're surrounded by first round NFL tackles and guards. Like the whole SEC is the mini NFL. So these quarterbacks that you see in the SEC, they're surrounded by first round talent, NFL talent, right? He had to do a whole lot with a whole lot less. But what I say about him, what I really like is that he can process. He understands offense. For God's sake, he works out with Tom Brady. Like he understands what offense is. And I think people are underestimating that because we've fallen in love with the gigantic quarterback that can take the ball like Josh Allen and stiff arm a dude and run for 75 yards, or the way Patrick Mahomes runs around and scrambles around back there, or Lamar Jackson. Is like there's so many different dynamic types of quarterbacks. But if you look at, like we just said earlier, you look at a Joe Burrow's he's a processor. I see it, I get the ball out of my hands. Look at a guy like Justin Herbert. Everybody fawns over Justin Herbert, but he ain't showed up big in one game. I'm still waiting to see. I'm still waiting to see Justin Herbert. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see Justin Herbert show up big in one game, right? But
He's the Derek
We-
Carr of the Chargers. It's exactly.
Yeah,
what
he
it
is. We
Yeah,
he's
fall
the
in love with.
He's the best regular season quarterback. But the kind of playoffs and all that stuff, he don't show up.
Yeah, yeah, we fall in love with the 6'6" and the strong arm and the this and the that, but I don't see no clutch. I don't see no pulling wins out. You know, when you need to. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I know people want to get down on Shador and they paint a narrative. People paint a narrative, but you just got to remember this is a new day and age as well. When you talk about players in general, here's one thing that you guys got to remember: these kids don't need the money anymore. So damn right, I got options now. I got options, so I don't have to sit here and say, "Hey, Cleveland, I'm begging you to pick me number 2 so I can get this kind of money." These dudes are already walking into the league with the bread. So now you get to say, you know what? Maybe I don't want to go to that fucked up situation. Every time I look at Cleveland, they're always in the top 5 of the draft and they never go nowhere. They constantly draft quarterbacks that never go nowhere.
Yeah,
you know?
somebody like Shador. I mean, he's got NIL money that's more than what he's going to get for his first contract in the NFL.
Yeah. So
he's already made more money than he's going to make as a rookie in the NFL. That's without a doubt. And
these NFL teams now, they're starting to get the rude awakening like college football has gotten, right? Because college football started to realize, look, I can't threaten these kids no more. I can't threaten to sit these kids out no more. I can't threaten these kids to say you won't play here. Because guess what? You can't do that. I can't talk to them like shit anymore because they'll just up and leave now, right?
Yep.
So that's what happens. That's what happened with the NIL stuff. So now the NFL is starting to get their reckoning. These kids are coming in now saying, I don't want to play for them. Why would I want to play for them when I know how they are, when I know what this organization's like? Look at the Giants. They've been a tire fire for I don't know how long. The way they handle Daniel Jones, the way they let Saquon Barkley go. So now these kids are not coming in kissing these teams' ass, and these teams don't like it, right? So that's part of this. You got to remember that's part of this as well. So they start painting that, Shador this and Shador that and Shador that. Listen, this man's been around the league. This man's been around NFL football his whole life. He knows what the business is. His dad done schooled him from the rooter to the tutor about what the business is. So if I can kind of be an asshole a little bit at the combine, just to see if I can wiggle my way down to Vegas, because that's where I really want to be, then I'm gonna do it.
I think you on track. For me, I'm like, if we keep explaining it, bro, people gonna look at us and say we riding too hard. That's what they gonna say. They gonna say,
nah, man, it's real talk.
You don't like you too hard.
That's real talk.
Blah, 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 whatever the case, it doesn't matter, bro.
I haven't said nothing that's not true. I haven't said nothing that's not true, though.
I said, look, to a point, I'm to the point. We got a month left, damn near a month of some change left. I let it all fall to play. If he's not a Raider, then so be it. All the conversation we had is not avoid anyway. It doesn't even matter. But if he is and he's good, some of you motherfuckers' cars gonna have to be pulled. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm pulling some of y'all cars.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of car pulling.
Some of y'all gonna have to shut the fuck up when you talking football with me. It's just real talk. And I'm gonna be honest, Rick, this is not personal attack, but I'm gonna just be honest. If they still pick Genty at 6, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be pissed.
No. I
definitely do. I do not want
anything else. And they pick Genty at 6. That would put all these damn running backs in this draft.
We don't need to do that.
They can't.
No, we don't need to do that.
Because there's so many other running backs. No.
What about Dart?
He has a lot of miles on him. I don't want a running back that's been so used and beat up.
That's a dumb move, bro. You pick Mason Graham. You pick a receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody other than that.
Yeah.
I just want to call a timeout here real quick. We got a bunch of people in here I've never seen in here before.
Same.
Appreciate you all for pulling up and checking out the show tonight.
What up?
Make sure you hit everybody's channel that's in here.
Yep.
Hit that subscribe, the thumbs up. Next week's going to be an extremely busy week.
Yeah.
So make sure you put the
man. Yeah, we're gonna get to it next week. We're going to get to it next week.
I can tell you right now, I'm home all day. Chris Ferreira's up over here is home all day. Rundown, I don't know what your schedule is during the week.
I'm there. I'm here. So we're going to make the
It's a good chance you're going to see one of us 3 getting on, and the other 2 are probably going to hop in with us, or the vice versa or whatever. So make sure you keep that notification on because it's going to be a busy week. Hit the notification, hit the thumbs up. If you like what you see, come back. We're on a few different shows throughout the week. Tomorrow night, I want to reiterate this again because we've got new people in the channel watching. Tomorrow night, Chris, 4 Raiders, and myself are kicking off a new Saturday night show. It's going to be called Raiders Last Call. And it's going to get us out there now. So when the season starts, this would be the last show for fans and supporters of the channels to come in and talk Raider talk the night before the Raiders game on Sundays. And then the following week, we can talk about the game that we just watched the week before and then get ready and start the last call to talk about the Raiders game coming up the next day. That's what the in-season goal is going to be. Right now, during the off-season, it's going to be just basically talking with the chat, getting the chat involved, and actually possibly opening the camera up just like we do on Friday nights here. This is normally Turf and Rundown show on Friday nights.
Yeah.
So Turf is away with his daughter for gymnastics during this time frame, so he's not around on Friday nights. Like I've told Turf, I'm just keeping the seat warm on Friday nights until he comes back. Once he's back on Fridays, it's back to normal schedule for him and Rundown on Friday nights. So right now it's been kind of Rundown, myself, Chris, and LV kind of doing this on Friday nights. I know Jay's not in here. Normally it's Jay from Just Raiders Baby. But tomorrow night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific. That's what the new show is going to be on Saturday nights. Wanted to talk to, I'm going to call you Grandpa Rundown, to see if he wants to get on that. And it'd be the 3 of us to start the show off.
Oh, I love Grandpa
a show between the 3 of us.
No doubt.
As Rundown calls us, we can be the old head crew on Saturday night.
For sure.
No, we can
for
be
sure.
Me and LV, we're all us on this section, man. We're gonna start our own little thing, man. We didn't start doing our own little shit for our age group, bro. Like we got some more things. I was gonna hit you up, LV. I got some ideas, bro. We got some things.
So we're gonna flip this right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get the great beards in there, man. Let's get the great beards in there.
We're putting the seniority up top. You young whippersnappers, stay downstairs.
Hey, look. Look, this the no hair dye crew up here, baby. This the no hair dye crew. We don't do the hair dye, baby. That's right. That's right.
This is the grandfathers of the Raiders. All right.
There it is.
There you go.
So starting tomorrow night, it'll be the 3 of us that are upstairs here on the top level. It'll be the 3 of us starting at 6 o'clock your time, gentlemen. 9 o'clock my time. So we'll start that tomorrow night. We're gonna have fun with it. You know, this gives us a chance, I think, as the 3 of us too, being the old school guys around. We can talk some history too that some of these younger
kids yes.
Get
for sure.
back into, get all these young fans ready for when we return to greatness, which is the path that it looks like we're going. So they're ready, because they've never experienced what it's like.
We want y'all to know what that feels like. We really do.
Like I saw 3 Raider Super Bowl wins. I saw 1 live, and I saw the other 2. So you guys never experienced that. Some of the guys that were born after 84. You never saw, you never felt that feeling to be a Raider when the Raiders were whipping ass those years.
Yes, sir.
Yes, proud. Sir. The way the Raiders should see, now it's like
it's a reason why we have that mystique. It's a reason why we have that mystique, and it's a reason why we, even though we haven't won all these years, there's still a relevancy to us. Right. Because you know what? Those Raiders, those guys left an indelible mark on the NFL. Now, you hear people say it all the time. The league is better when the Raiders are good. Right? You hear that all the time. The league is better when the Raiders are good because it's true. You know what I mean? We have the most passionate fan base. We have the most, the Steelers have theirs, the Cowboys have theirs. So everyone can kind of put a claim to that, but we're special. I'll let you youngsters know, like being a Raider fan is special. It ain't for everybody.
Hey, Jet, look at Ja always dropping the stuff.
Plus, everybody looks good in black. So there it is.
Oh, that's bad.
Come on, man.
That's a fact.
Come on.
Come on. Fact, bro. Ja out here dropping some more news, man. We are working on I heard this yesterday, but the Raiders are working on something with Robert Spillane, which I like. You know, got to get that extension together. I think we need that. I feel like we need that as far as him. We need to bring that back immediately. Then, you know, Severe don't like it, bro. Give me Greenlaw, man. I don't give a damn, bro. Give me Greenlaw.
I'm with Dre Greenlaw. Let's talk a little defense. Look. Dre Greenlaw is a low risk, high reward type of guy, right? You already know he's going to bring the same energy, intensity to the situation that Max does and Christian Wilkins. So instantly, there's an upgrade for us in that category. So I'm all over the Dre Greenlaw thing. All over that.
No problem. I want that. Yeah.
He's a free agent, right? Now, he's free agent. Yeah, he's a free agent. Now, let me ask you guys this. How do we feel about Trevon Merrick? Well, like, what links are we willing to go to? What links are we willing to go to for Trevon Merrick to stay?
I'm half and half. I'm half and half.
I think he's going to get. I think he's going to get priced right out of our range. Is what's going to happen.
I kind of got that feeling too.
Yep. Yeah, I think. And the rumor is it's Denver that's really going to be shooting the money for him. But,
really?
I mean, it doesn't scare me if he goes to Denver. Like the fact, like, oh shit, now we're going to play him twice. Yeah, that doesn't bother. I don't get scared playing against other players. I don't care.
No, I mean, listen, if he want, I mean,
he's going to get.
I don't know. I'll tell you this though, he's a solid safety, and I think that he over the years he started to learn Graham's system, and he kind of he got comfortable in Graham's system, but he's not a playmaker, right? Like when you think about safeties, you think about the good ones. They're playmakers. They take the ball away. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't really take the ball away all that much. He's more of a right place, right time type of safety, but he's not a playmaker.
And he dropped,
you know what I'm saying?
Not last year, the year before last. He had 3.
He dropped that interception.
In his hands.
Dropped him. Yep.
Javon
Holland is out there from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Javon Holland is a guy I swoop right in. If we don't keep Merrick, I swoop right in with Javon Holland.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, Chris, you sound like you're so far away from your mic. You're very faint now. This Chris. You.
Mine? Oh.
I mean, I can still hear you, but it's very soft now.
I think I pushed it over, reached for something.
I was gonna say if Morick does come back, you think he gives up that number for Geno?
Oh, I don't care about.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hell of a question there.
Yeah.
Would Morick give his number up? Would Morick give his number up to Geno?
He won't have no choice.
You know what?
The guy welcome and respected on the team. That would be a great way to do it.
Now has Geno always been 7? Has he always been 7?
I don't know.
So. I think. Did he play with the Steelers? No, huh?
No, he played with the Jets.
Just the Jets, Giants, and Seahawks. That's it, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think he was with the Chargers for like a year. He was like a backup with the Chargers.
He was with the Chargers. Right? Let me look right now.
Yeah, he was a backup. No, he wasn't.
He was Ohio State, right?
No, he went to West Virginia.
No, West Virginia. He went to West Virginia. Yeah.
Josh said he was 12 in college.
That's right.
Yeah, see,
he was 12 in college.
And you know what's funny? I was just getting ready to say, you know what? He would probably switch to 12, and I just thought about it. That's AOC. Yep. So I don't know, but you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know about Merrick. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to feel about him. I tell you a guy who I don't want them to lose, Caleb Von Chasen. I want them to keep that kid. Yeah. That kid there. That kid there needs to be re-signed ASAP.
That right there. Thank you.
Showed out last year.
Yeah, we need that. Because you know what?
He already came out publicly and said he wants to stay with the Raiders. He already said that. He said, I want to be a Raider.
I'll tell you who I'm okay with not re-signing, in all honesty. Some people aren't going to agree with me, but Kuntz. If Kuntz walks, I might be okay with that.
I think
he's
going to want a lot.
I don't see how he can want some. I don't see how he can want a lot of money when he had a great 8-game stretch.
Exactly.
But we should he's a guy that we should be able to get back on the cheap for real.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? I mean, what would you pay him at this point? What would you give him? 12,
12.
13?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is
I
12.
would say 12.
What?
Exactly 12.
Oh,
Coons. For Coons.
Coons. I'll give him a
It's a
12.
lot. He's
I'll
asking
give
for
him
20. That's why.
No, I'll give him 11
Yeah,
to
that's
12. 1 year prove-it deal.
I wouldn't go any higher than
Wait,
10. I'm sorry.
Wait, I'll give him a 1 year, 11, 10 to 12.
yeah, I do that.
With
I do that.
incentive.
Yeah.
incentive.
Yeah.
You get so many sacks, you get so many tackles, and then
Yep.
with a second year option. They
See,
go
I
If we
would
from
start
there.
getting up to 14, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm off. I'm not.
No,
I'm
yeah,
not going up to
exactly.
14, 15. I'm not doing that.
No.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I
I'll
would
give
go
him
10 mil.
I'll give
I would
if he
go
said
10 mil and then add the
incentives on the
incentives
first
in.
year,
There you go.
I'll give him a second year option to 15 if he meets those incentives. That means you got to
Mhm.
play. I'll be hurt. The second year we take an option, then we'll give you 15 on the second year if
But
he meets those
there's no
criteria.
way I'm even
That-
entertaining the
If he
thought of
meets the
20 mil.
criteria,
No,
Absolutely
absolutely not. Yeah.
not
Hell
the
no.
first year. No.
Well,
no.
that's why I'm leaning more towards Chasson anyway, because he's younger, cheaper, and more productive.
He showed us the same things.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did.
Now,
Yeah.
Coots was a little
Although-
more special. I'll say that. But I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
But you know the thing about
That's 'cause
Chason
they
is
didn't have anybody else, so he was the only one
Chason
that was
is-
able to shine. Go ahead.
but
sorry.
Chason has more power as well. Like he has a combination of speed and power. I think Kuntz has a better bend. Kuntz has a much better bend. He can get around the edge, but point of attack power. Oh, bro, I saw Chason push tackles back in the backfield.
Mhm.
So I mean, like when you talk about speed to power, I kind of give that to Chason. That's why I say you might be able to get Kuntz on a cheap deal to get him to stick around.
Well, Cool's
So-
been on the Rams. He's been on the Rams for 4 years, and he finally got a chance to play 2 years ago. He was
Yep.
Rams all this time, and finally got a chance to play 2 years ago. So
yeah, for
Yup.
me, I'm not doing all that. I mean, I like Kuntz. I hope he does get re-signed, but not for a huge amount of money. I like Chason. I've already heard Hobbs ain't coming back, so
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I don't expect him to.
I'm gonna be honest. I respect the talent, and if not at a good price, I wanted to keep him.
But he gets hurt. He
I'm
gets
not gonna
hurt.
show up here.
I read
I'm not
that the
gonna-
Raiders are okay from moving on from him. They've
Me
already
too.
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all right
Yeah.
with that, bro. I'm not mad at that. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
Because-
I am too.
Who's the kid that we stole from the Chargers that played for Notre Dame
he's a
and
safety.
he played? He's a safety, huh?
He is safety.
I
Y'all know
thought they
who
were
I
playing
like.
him at nickel.
Nah, I ain't playing. That was Darnay Holmes. They had Darnay Holmes over there. At nickel that whole
From the
time.
Giants. He was with the Giants,
Yeah.
right?
But
Yeah,
y'all know who I
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
We gonna take a
Yeah,
corner,
it's
bro. See, hey, look, if we losing they Hobbs, what I tell y'all, bro, if we gonna take a corner, I want somebody that's gonna fit, and that Texas dude is gonna fit. That
Yep.
Texas dude is a slot. He'll come in here immediately, bro, and start. I
No.
think that's a
No,
good fit, bro.
you're wrong. You're wrong. He's not a slot. He does all of it.
All of it.
I watched on his tape because you told me about him. I watched the combine. I watched his tape. He played
Mhm.
slot. He played safety. He played outside corner. He can play all positions. So
Yes, sir.
Graham has the luxury,
From where,
you
Ron?
know what? I can move you around.
Texas.
Texas.
That's Jade Barron, bro. That's
Yeah,
Jade.
yeah,
That's the pick. Me.
Okay.
I like-
He had a good combine
Is that
too.
the one? Andrew Makuba?
Nah, that's his. That's the safety. That's the safety.
Yeah.
Come on, John Day.
Barron is a guy, bro. I think like Christian said.
Jaheed,
Yeah. Jade Barron,
Barron.
bro. That's
Yeah.
he.
I have to check him out. I haven't.
And
Yeah,
Graham
I haven't
that's
paid attention to him.
because like Chris said, man, he played safety, he played nickel, he played outside corner. And the only reason he played outside corner is because the other dude got hurt. So he had to go to outside corner, and he still shut it down at outside corner. So
here's the line- here's the line on
with
this
this
kid.
kid. Grant has so much fun. He's like a new toy. Like I can put you here. I can put you there. I can put you over here.
Here's the line on this
young.
kid, Barron. He's 5'10". He weighs 194 pounds. He's rated at a 9 after the combine. His impact
good
was
combine.
consistently visible on a snap-to-snap basis for the Longhorns' impressive SEC debut, primarily dominating as an outside corner. Barron was not only a lockdown player in coverage, but also a turnover-producing machine with 5 interceptions in 2024. While he was a successful playmaker on the outside, Barron best projects to bump inside to slot corner. Due to a lack of overall length, it will be difficult for him to win reps as often on the outside. Nonetheless, Barron is the exact prototype to be a dominant NFL slot corner. While it could be perceived as a slight to say he needs to switch roles, the importance of having elite slot defenders is a huge priority for defenses at the next level. His tackling and physical presence and play strength are exactly what the NFL needs from slot defenders. He's reliable enough in coverage to win against slot receivers and physical enough to play in the box against the run if necessary. That's pretty damn good if you ask me for a
There you
report
go.
on the kid.
There you go.
That dude's
Oh
a
yeah.
dog. He's a dog. You
Well,
know, I be
That's,
watching
that's
corner
pretty
spot.
impressive.
He's a dog. Man. He's one.
Yeah.
Well, let
Bro,
me
I
ask you
really
guys
thought
this: what do
Texas
we?
was gonna go all the way.
Yeah, I know. It was Quinn Ewers, bro.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona State should have beat them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They should
Their
have.
defense pulled that dumb shit at the end of the game where they fell for that weird ass play from Texas. It's like, bro, come on
Yeah.
now. Like, y'all right there.
Uh huh.
Y'all is
So
right
I
there.
just did a quick mock draft. He went at number 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, see, I like if we really didn't like what we saw, right? Say even Mason Graham got took, and I know you like McMillan, but just say if they sat there and they say, well, you know what? We like McMillan, but we feel like we can get a lot of things, you know what I mean, in this draft, and they traded back, right? And they traded back into the teens. Say we traded back into 15 and we grabbed Barron. I'm happy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care. Some people may be mad. I'm not gonna be mad. I'll be happy at that. If you get him and that extra
Well,
second
you
round
know,
on that,
Yeah,
that
exactly
it-
what I was gonna say. Yep.
Well, it depends. It depends on what we do. It depends on what we do in free agency. You know, like
They already said that they're mutually parting ways.
Cool.
Yeah, if Hobbs don't come back, then you could
Hobbs.
say we need to.
Yeah, Hobbs already said he's not coming back. It's already
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to come back.
that's already done.
So that just switches on need, because if we don't get something in free agency to fill that, then that just
I
tells
would
me
like to get my
DJ
slot
Reed-
corner in free agency.
DJ
You know,
Reed.
I would like to get my slot in free agency, right?
DJ
Because you know
Reed
what,
is
you
the
know,
guy.
yeah,
That's the guy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants your various Ward, but your various Ward plays outside corner, bro. We can't just take any corner and say fit the motherfucker here.
Right.
He has to play.
Right.
He has to play the position. DJ Reed
Right.
plays the position. Like
he
we need
nice, he nice.
yeah, we need a
He
slot,
nice.
bro. And he wants around 10, 12 as well. That's what Hobbs wanted. 10, 12, maybe a little 13. I'm fine with giving DJ Reed that. He only missed 2 games in 4 years. I'm fine
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Michael, you referring to Darius Slay, the one that just
Yeah.
got released?
Oh no, I'm off that. No.
He's
Yeah,
in-
no, he's old. He's
yeah,
older.
in
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Trash.
No.
Trash,
Yeah, I'm
trash.
good.
Now I
Nick
see
L,
people, you know.
how many Texas dudes are going to get drafted? I think quite a few, especially
A
the
lot
wide
of them are.
receivers.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Texas is going to have a lot of guys going this draft.
Mhm.
Wait, are you talking about Bradbury or are you talking about Slay?
No, Darius Slay.
Oh,
Yeah, he just
Slay
got
is
released,
different, but
yeah.
he's a little older. Oh, I thought you were talking about Bradbury. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's like 35 now. Yeah, he's like
Uh,
35 now.
Oh,
They just
yeah,
let him
no.
go a couple of days
I'm
ago.
not with Slay.
Now, let me
He
ask you
probably-
guys
he wanna go
this.
back to Detroit.
If whether Shador's there or not, would you entertain taking that 6th overall pick in trade and fall back later into the first round and get additional picks to use to pick up some of these players that we desperately need to, instead of just taking
Shador's
Shador?
the only way I stay at 6.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Shador's the only way I stay at 6.
Because if you're gonna get
He's gone.
Give him a
You're
Graham.
not going to make a pick at 6. You want to trade it back?
If Graham is there and Stewart's there,
I'm taking Graham, yeah.
those two.
Yep.
If Graham is
Those
still
are-
there, I'm
yeah,
saying
those
if
are the
they
only
both
two.
gone, then I'm trading it. If they both
Yep,
gone,
I'll trade back.
The way
Yeah.
I look at this is, if all right, so pick 6, Shador's gone. We take Graham's there. Mason Graham, we take him.
We're good.
Now you look at our front 4, right? You're talking Wilkins, Graham, Max on one side, Chase on the other. If we still have Kuntz, now you got a rotation that you can throw in there too.
Sign me up.
When
I
you
love
have
Yes,
a front
sir.
line that's-
Every day of the week with that.
yeah, when you have a front 4 that's that good, you don't have to
Yeah.
necessarily go out and get superstar cornerbacks. You can get
Exactly.
serviceable guys.
Exactly.
Thank
Because
you.
guess what? That quarterback that they're rushing and crushing that line with, they're not going to have the time to throw and wait for the receivers to get into their sets or to get where they need to be on the field, especially if they're timing routes. You can forget those because the quarterback's going to be scrambling for his life.
So
I'm
we
gonna be
got
honest, Jeff. I'm with you, bro. That's it, bro. You're there.
Go and look for these super expensive cornerbacks in free agency, or making a trade for one, or taking the best available in the draft.
No need.
You know,
Yep.
I agree
Yep.
with you there, bro. To a point, Jeff. I'm with you. Like the only way I stay at 6 again is if Shador's there or Mason
Graham.
Graham.
Have a top-notch safety though. Top-notch
Oh,
safety.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But I
I'll
think
take
if Mason Graham is there, if Shador's there, those
Yeah.
are my.
It's
Those are
either
my
Mason Graham or Sador for me.
That's
Yep.
my pick.
Just those two. Just those two.
Not even Cotter.
In the combine, watch it.
That's
the
all.
combine. You know what group of people stood out, what group of players stood out. It was those D-backs. The D-backs stood out in that combine. They did everything. Ran fast. They had good feet. All the D-backs, most of them did well in the combine.
Yeah, because we can get one further back in the draft.
Yeah, we can get
Right.
one.
So I see people saying us picking Will Johnson. I'm like, dude, I'm not picking no corner that high at 6. I'm just not going to do it.
Initially, I think
He's not even a man corner. He's not even a man corner like that.
Like a month or so ago, I think a lot of people were high on that.
Yeah,
I think everybody's kind of backed off that.
It don't make sense now.
So basically, we're in agreement on So we were pretty much in an agreement on 3 players at number 6 if they're there. We're talking Shador, we're talking Mason Graham, and obviously if Carter's there.
Okay.
Now, if Travis fell too, I'm on that too. I ain't gonna cap. I'm taking Travis. If he's there, I'm taking Travis.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, I don't see him being there.
He's the pure athlete in this draft.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Oh yeah.
Like
Definitely.
to me, I told Pops this before we got on. Travis falling to 6 is like Bowers falling to us at 13. That shit shouldn't happen.
Yep.
He shouldn't be there, bro. And everybody knows he should not be there. But you take that anyway because of the athlete that is. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to do that.
Michael, no trading up, man. Nobody in here is going to agree to trade up.
No,
I don't think we get.
No, we're not trading up.
Yeah, we don't get a sniff at Abdul. We don't get a sniff at Travis. They're gone to me.
I agree. We sit at 6.
A good player is going to fall to us either way.
Yeah,
that's what I said. We're going to get a good player. It's going to be a Brock Bowers situation. We're going to get a blue chip player because it's going to be a natural trickle down effect. I mean, you got to think about it. Okay, you got Cam, you got Abdul Carter. We won't even mention Shador. You know what I mean? You got Cam, Abdul Carter, you got Travis Hunter. That's already 3 right there. We're already we're 6. You know what I mean? Then I think the Patriots.
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell. Keep your eye on the Patriots picking an offensive lineman.
Why would they not? They have to.
I don't think they're going to take him now.
Why?
I think they're going to take
He's going to be a guard.
I think they're going to take T-Mac because they need receiver. The Patriots
they could.
Sucks.
Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
There's 2 big things the Patriots need, and I only know this from living around here. They need an offensive tackle, and they need a number 1 wide receiver. Those are their 2 biggest needs. They're not going to go. I'm telling you, they're not going to go. At first, they were going to go for Campbell, but his draft stock dropped after the combine when he had his measurements done. His arms are too short to play tackle. He's at best suited at a guard. So they're going to probably go with the other tackle that's going to be out there. What's it? Booker?
I
think
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you got to say either one. So listen.
Banks.
Oh, Kelvin Banks. You're right.
Kelvin Banks. Yeah, I like. Okay.
LSU, is that LSU?
Texas.
No,
Texas.
Banks.
Oh, Texas. Okay.
He's the tackle.
Booker
is the guy from Alabama.
Right.
So they're going to end up going Banks if they go for an offensive line. He's the better fit for them because of the fact that his measurements are a lot better than Campbell's. Campbell's hit. He took a big.
I can see them going T-Mac too if they don't get a receiver in free agency. If they strike out.
Okay, so
I think they go Travis.
So guess what? So if that scenario happens, right, where if they take Banks or they take T-Mac, then guess what? That's 4. That's number 4 right there. So does Jacksonville take Travis Hunter or Mason Graham?
I heard they were talking about. I heard some people talking from Jacksonville. Like I said, I watch a lot of other shows besides my own rare content people. All you guys, I watch everybody, and the buzzwords that they want to get Travis because he plays cornerback and which they need, and he plays wide receiver, which they need. So the word is that they're gonna take Travis. That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he would be
So-
Travis would be an insane fit in New England because they need a receiver, and pairing him with Gonzalez would be gross.
kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah, that'd be.
But
gross.
but you know what? In that scenario right there, Mason Graham falls right in our lap. And guess what? We didn't even mention Shador. We didn't even mention Shador.
Exactly.
He wasn't even one of the guys. So we're gonna get a Brock Bowers situation if we stand pat.
Yep.
So I think if we feel like if we stand pat, we'll get a Brock Bowers situation, and we can roll with that, or we could trade back. Like I told my son. I mean, hypothetically, would you guys be mad if we traded back to like maybe? Remember, we're picking up additional picks, but what if we trade back to 15, 16, 17, 18, and then get a Jack, and then pick up extra picks and get a Jackson Dart?
I'm cool with that.
Who would be opposed to that?
Yeah, but
I would be okay with taking Dot in the first round at like number 18.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
At 18,
If you trade back,
I could take Dot.
You get a nice little haul from going to 6 to 18,
exactly.
and you pick up a guy like Dart, you might get an extra second round pick now. Now you rocking and rolling.
I like what Jeff said about a month ago, that Dallas is an interesting trade partner because they want Genty.
Where's Dallas picking?
12.
12.
Okay.
Genty is a Dallas Cowboy. You got written all his face.
Oh, he wanted, yeah.
We could also move. We could get
So-
that 12th pick from Dallas and then trade that off again. Move even a little bit further back in the
And then
round,
get Dart.
accumulate another
Get
pick,
Dart.
and then take Dart.
I would love it. I've been on the Dart trade. Don't get me wrong. I love Shador, but I was telling my son about Jackson Dart last year. He'll tell you. Like I thought he was. I just kind of watched him. It's certain guys you look at, and they play the game with a certain amount of enthusiasm, and they wear the game. They wear the game on their sleeve, right? To me, he's a quarterback that wears the game on his sleeve. He plays it because he loves it. He plays it because he wants to be good. And it's like, I like that about him. And and I like his leadership. So I don't have a problem with Jackson Dart if we move down to get him either in the first round.
Pull up Jay Ray's comment.
What?
Jay Ray. No, the one above that. Always drop. There. You hear about that?
Really?
I didn't hear
I've
about
seen
that.
I haven't really looked at my phone, to be honest, but that would be crazy.
That's
What's
the first I
that?
heard of that. That's interesting.
I'm
The Giants working closely to trade for Kyle.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too. I'm gonna be right
What?
back. Your grandson is going crazy, Pop. So I'm gonna be right back. He ain't playing.
Oh, take care. Go take care of my baby now.
My daddy.
No, bro.
That's right. Give him hell, grandson. Hey, what you guys hearing?
Cardinals and Giants are working closely to trade Kyler Murray. They're in talks right now.
I heard that this morning. I listened to the morning tailgate, and I listen to all them guys, Vinny Bonsignor and all them, and they were talking about Kyler Murray. They were talking about trading for Kyler Murray this morning. So I'm like, wait a minute, how did Kyler Murray's name get out there? So that must have been circulating around. But guess what? Now you get Kyler Murray. If the Giants get Kyler Murray, we're getting Shador Sanders.
Yeah,
That's a wrap.
for sure.
If the Giants get Kyler Murray, we're getting Shador Sanders. Just book it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna include the first round pick for the Giants too now.
Yeah.
Because
I
right
don't-
now,
I don't
like
think
in
they'd give up the first.
Damian Jeremiah's mock draft, he's got Travis Hunter going to the Giants.
It's no way that I don't think Kyler Murray's you're not getting a first round pick for Kyler Murray
No.
anymore. I don't think.
No.
Exactly.
I think they'll give up a
I've
second.
seen crazy as shit sometimes though, so you never know what these teams offer or what they demand to make a trade. So
I mean, not for a quarterback that's not even 6 feet tall. I know Kyler's good, but I'll be honest with you, a second rounder, I can see a second rounder. I don't see.
Valid. Yeah, it's valid.
Yeah, second round,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah, I can see a second rounder for Kyler Murray. That changes everything. That just tells you the uncertainty. That tells you the uncertainty of what's going on. If a team that's in the top 3 is willing to trade out it, if they're willing to trade for a veteran quarterback, that's starting to tell you how they feel about the quarterbacks in the draft. Or get this, Shador might be giving off signals like I'm not playing for y'all. I don't want to
Oh,
play for y'all.
he is. He's been doing that. He has been
Yeah,
doing that already.
I'm trying to tell you, it's certain teams that they're already telling them. Why do you think so many trades are happening now? A lot of backdoor stuff is going on right now, and I'm
Yeah.
sure that they've already told the Giants we don't want to play for you.
Yeah, they
You
do
know
that
what?
Manning thing they did back in the day with Eli Manning and the Chargers.
Yeah.
They do the same
I
thing.
want-
They say, like,
I-
my son's not going to play for you guys.
I wonder if there's still a plan here for the first round pick. Now, hear me out. Giants have number 3. Arizona's got 16. Not necessarily giving up the first pick, but flip flopping picks. Because if Arizona's getting rid of him to the Giants and they flip their first round picks, Arizona gets the 3 and the Giants get the 16. There you go with Shador. Shador could go to Arizona.
But will he want to?
I don't think that
That's-
Kyler's not even worth swapping though. That first round in general. Like,
Right.
They wouldn't do
Why
that.
I
not?
don't think they'll do it. I
If the
don't think they'll
Giants are
swap
getting
that.
They
listen,
wouldn't
if
do
the
that.
Giants are getting Kyler Murray, right? Arizona's going to get something in return for it. And if Arizona says, "All right, we'll take a third round and we'll swap first round picks. You give us your 3, we'll take your 16. We'll give you our 16."
Yeah.
So now at that third pick, they could do anything at that point. They could take Travis Hunter. They could take a quarterback. They could do
Yeah.
anything and flip this draft on its ear at the beginning.
Yeah, they
'Cause that
can.
would be a lot.
That makes
I-
sense.
That's
But-
too rich for their blood. Like
That's too
they're
much.
not. Yeah.
I mean, and that's a huge, like for them, that's a huge gamble because everything we hear about Shador, I don't know if anybody was going to pinpoint him to come all the way up from 16 and give up that draft capital. I mean, I just,
Who's Arizona's
Right.
backup? Who do they have?
oh, they got that kid. God damn it, he went to Houston. I forgot his name. Damn, when his name comes to me, I'll let you guys know. But he's pretty decent. He was actually pretty good. So they might have a guy that they feel like can come in and play, and they can plug in there. I don't know, but once I remember the kids' names, I'll let you know. But yeah, I just don't see. I don't see Arizona doing it for that reason. You know what I mean?
Last year it was
I
Clayton.
think they don't want more picks. They're just gonna have one pick. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, okay, we'll
I-
trade you him for a second or third, and then probably
Yeah.
They have
or something like
they
that.
have one quarterback on their roster besides Kyler.
What's his name?
Clayton.
Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune. So yeah, that's him. So they might like him enough. You just never know. I'll just be honest with you.
They got him in 2023, so 2 years he's been.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you this. I think that the Giants have been told that we don't want to do business with you. If the Giants are searching that hard, they've been searching hard for a veteran quarterback, just like us, right? They've been on it. But here's the thing. They're in a position to get one of those quarterbacks because they're picking they're picking number 3. So they could, in essence, get themselves a quarterback. They're in a much better position than we are, right? But for them to be looking for a veteran quarterback just as much as we've been, that tells me that they're out on these quarterbacks, either Cam Ward or Shador. I think they're out on those guys.
And that's why I'm so glad that when Geno said I want to be traded, the Raiders jumped on that thing immediately. They did not wait around and like say, no, okay, let's do it. Because I'm sure the Giants will offer some money too, some trade too. No, they snatched up real quick. They did not wait around.
Let me ask you guys this.
This message right here by Ja Raider makes sense too if you think about it. They kept Daboll for one more year. If he goes and tries and drafts Shador's not going to help him win this year. It's just not
Exactly.
going to happen. He's not in that position. He's going to need somebody like a veteran, even though it's Kyler Murray.
Good point. That's a good point. Very good point. Very good point.
I could definitely see them pulling this trade off and
I do
possibly
too.
moving out of that spot. I mean, it's a possibility. Anything's possible in this league, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
keep in mind, guys, there's another quarterback floating around out there we haven't really talked about. We haven't needed to because we have ours now, but Aaron Rodgers is another name.
Oh, we beat
Right.
that up pretty good this week already.
Yeah,
Right. No. I'm just saying that as far as I'm just saying that I'm saying that as far as teams that are looking for veteran quarterbacks now and how that affects the draft, right? Because the Giants have been trying to be linked to every veteran quarterback that was out there. Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray down. You've been hearing them linked to Aaron Rodgers. So they're starting to tell me that the Giants are out of the rookie quarterback business. The Giants are out of the rookie quarterback business. So that takes one off the shelf, right? Now,
Yeah,
I've also been
until J.A. Rada just posted that. I'm like, you know what? You're right. That's why they're not going to go for a rookie this year.
Right.
Because
they're out of the they're out of it. So now now they say this as well, right? Now they say, well, what's going on at number 1 with Tennessee? Are they really going to stay at number 1, or are they looking to trade out?
They're still trying
right?
to trade out. They're still looking to trade out, but they don't have any suitors right now because I think they want too many draft picks.
Right. It's a lot of dominoes. It's a lot of dominoes is going to fall, which is going to lead us to do some interesting things going forward, right? Whether that be trading back or whether that just be staying pat and getting a blue chip player to fall in our lap. I think that's where we are right now. Either we can trade back or we can stay right there and let a blue chip guy fall right into our lap.
Yep.
Arizona could be looking at Dart too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Giants are out on a rookie quarterback. I don't think that's what it is because Brian Daboll is known as the guy that worked his magic with Josh Allen. He's the person that's known to, build up that rookie quarterback and develop quarterbacks. So if you pair a guy like whoever, Cam, Shador, name another quarterback in that top, if you pair him with your all-world receiver that you just got this past year, and you can put them together for the foreseeable future, I think your job is pretty secure if you can go ahead and develop those two guys together. So I don't see the want for a veteran quarterback that could really, not bridge, especially if you're at the third spot, you're in prime position to get one of the top two quarterbacks.
You know what? I also think this. Yeah, they could do that. The Giants could do that. But I just look at it like this. Daboll doesn't have a lot of time. The owner already came out and said that this is it. This is it for them. They need to show something this year.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're willing to put their eggs in one basket for a rookie right now. And even if they did get Kyler Murray, if they get Kyler Murray, they're using that number 3 pick on a stud draft pick. And it's not going to be a quarterback because they need to upgrade their team instantly. Right? They need playmakers now. They can't afford to. They don't have the luxury of saying, okay, I can get Kyler Murray, then get this quarterback, and then sit this guy. No, they can't do that. So to me, if they get Kyler Murray or any other quarterback, which they're looking for, they've already told you because they was right there with Matt Stafford as well. They're already telling you that we want a veteran. So I think the Giants are out of the quarterback business in the draft right now. I think Cleveland might still be trying to. I heard they might be trying to make a play for Sam Darnold to put him with Stefanski. Now, guess what? Now, what if Cleveland decides to go that route? And I think I'm not certain. I'm not certain that Cleveland will try to pick Shador. So they might get. Now, what if Cleveland got Sam Darnold? What if Cleveland got Sam Darnold? So it's like all of a sudden, the way the dominoes are falling, it feels like we're going to be able to say, you know what, we're in a good position to get a quarterback if we want early, or we can move back. I just feel like we're in a great position right now because there's other veteran quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers has to go start somewhere for a quarterback needy team, right? Russell Wilson's going to go somewhere, albeit him or Justin Fields. Like I said, why would they be willing to sit JJ McCarthy another year if he's ready to play?
Right.
I still if they wanted to keep Sam Darnold so bad, they would have came out with a contract. Sam Darnold was getting ready to test the market. They would have already signed Sam Darnold. They can sign him anytime. They don't have to wait for Monday. They can sign him anytime. So
he's still on the team. Technically, still on the team until
exactly,
Monday. So
exactly.
They want.
Now keep in mind the Seahawks.
I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts. What's up, Angelo?
Hey, what's up, Jeff? What's up, fellas?
Oh boy, there he
I
is.
saw Papa Rundown in here, and I was like, man, Papa Rundown don't want none of that smoke. So
Tampa Rundown. You gotta change your name.
Look. Hey man, my son's like, Dad, you got to get on tonight, man. We signed Geno. I said, all right, let me jump on, man.
There you go.
Let me jump on.
And plus, we the grandpas, these top 3 grandpas have a show tomorrow night too. We did start a new show.
Yeah, they want to do a gray beard thing. So let's do a gray beard thing.
Honestly,
we still gonna get down too, Angelo. We still gonna get down too.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, Papa Rundown. Turf tried something last night because he's just been, it's a format that we were supposed to start last year, and he was just so upset about it that he did a show, and we ended up doing, I think it was a total of 3 hours, but the back hour and a half, 2 hours was all on boxing, and you would have loved it, Papa Rundown. That's why I was giving you the shout out. I was giving you the shout out. But no,
I saw it. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I was on Captain Jack show yesterday, and I was saying to everyone, and this was before the Geno Smith thing happened, I was saying to everybody, like, will you guys all just pump the brakes? Because until we figure out how we're going to protect the quarterback thing is going to happen. And from like 3 weeks ago, I already was on record saying Jeff might have even heard it because it was on the Captain Jack channel. I was saying, I don't know why no one's talking about the fact that Geno Smith might be a person that will become the Raiders quarterback, because we might go trade for him because of the whole Pete Carroll connection, right? And then within the last 7 days, we saw Tyler Lockett gets released. So we already know Tyler Lockett's coming here unless he somehow gets more money somewhere else.
I think so too.
And then DK Metcalf, which I think what happened, honestly, guys, is I think that the DK Metcalf call was real from the Raiders to Seattle. And then I think Seattle was like, well, DK Metcalf, he's only 20-something years old, and we're not just going to give him for nothing, blah, blah, blah. So then I think the Raiders was like, well, look, man, you're crazy. We're not going to give you our first round and another thing for DK Metcalf when we can go get.
They want our first round and our third round for DK.
Yeah.
Listen, exactly. You can listen. It's a second round pick that you can give. Look, we could probably get DK for a second round pick, but the problem is it's the money that we got to pay him, right? Like it's the bread. It's just going to be. That's just over the top. $30 million right now when we got to re-sign our own free agents and everybody else. I would love to have DK, especially to keep his ass away from the Chargers. But
and to have money aside for the drafts.
Right. I mean, it's like he's just going to be too expensive. I would give up a second round pick for him in a minute, but he's just going to be too expensive for the salary cap for me.
And that's where you and I will disagree, Papa, right now, because there's so many good wide receivers on this particular draft. But and I've been screaming this from the rooftop for 2 years. I even told Severe, I'm like, dude, I've been saying to everyone, even when we had Jimmy Garoppolo, the biggest need that the Raiders needed to address, it doesn't matter who the fucking coach was how are we going to fix our O-line? Because that's how the Raiders was always built, is if we're the best O-line, then everything will be fine. And I can't remember a time where our O-line was so dominant that it was like the Eagles O-line, right?
But, Angelo, I'm not going to cut you off, but I looked at last year's ranking of the O-line. Okay, we were ranked 13th in pass protection.
We just couldn't run the ball.
26 in run. So O-line wasn't really that bad except for a couple of spots that was beyond.
But believe me, I understand the statistics part of it, all right? But it's just like when me and Papa Rundown were watching that Tank Davis fight, the eye test tells you all you need to know. That was a knockdown, just like the Raiders' offensive line last year was ass. The reason why Gardner Minshew got injured because not only
I'm going to tell you who was ass. Luke Getsy was ass.
Okay.
That's who was ass. Oh, yeah. That's number one. Listen. They were horrible.
Okay, like listen, I'm going to give you like Jeff. Listen to this, right? My whole thing was, I love that we got Colton Miller.
Does it include boxing? Because I don't want to listen to boxing.
right? Colton Miller was a great talent. Not messing around, Jeff. Don't be hating, man. So Colton Miller was a great talent. I'm glad that we grabbed him. Blah blah blah. But have we been able to count on Colton Miller in terms of just health? Right? We haven't. It's been inconsistent. And then everybody was trying to get sold on Dylan Parham. But is everyone in this room in agreement that Dylan Parham is small? He's just small.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Check this out. Angelo. Okay, check this out. This is how you look at this situation, right? First off, we got Pete Carroll, right? And also John Spytek. They've already shown you just by going out and getting my man that they just got from Cincinnati. Not saying he's a world beater, but
no, I know.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that's the last move that they're gonna make. But if there's one thing I do believe in and I'm confident in, is that Pete Carroll's gonna make sure he gets the offensive line. That he's gonna get some guys on that line. So we already got 3 starters, and if you keep Meredith, you can probably start Meredith. Meredith is not a bad. Meredith played pretty well.
But see,
Parham to me is the only guy.
Papa Rundown. All I'm trying to say is, if you're already telling me you could probably start Meredith, right? Like that, just that one statement alone. You see, again, guys, I'm tired of settling. I don't want to settle anymore. We're married to Pete Carroll for 4 years. Okay, great.
3 years.
Let's not get a divorce. Let's be married to him. We're married to John Spytek for 5 years. Okay, great. Let's not get a divorce. Let's be married to him. So now I don't want this. Oh well, Meredith could probably start. Papa Rundown. If Meredith could probably start, then why did they only sign him to a 1-year contract? Because they're not going for probably. What they want is something solid. So if I hear, for example, that on free agency we just made Mekhi Becton the second highest guard, signing, now I know we're married to an offensive line that we're going to stick with. Having JPJ was a good thing. Getting lucky on Glaze for the 3rd round was amazing. That's not enough. We need to shore up those guards. We need to figure out what moves we're going to do. So that's what all I'm saying, Papa Rundown, is like Geno Smith, that's a good move. Third, you basically gave up the 3rd round that you got for Devontae. So all we really did was give up Devontae to get Geno Smith. All right, I'm cool with that, no problem. And then you're gonna sign Geno Smith to, like, I don't know, a 3-year extension.
3-year contract.
Yeah,
3-year contract.
Right? Make him the bridge, okay? And you and I already both know, Papa Rundown, that for me, this wasn't the year to go get your quarterback, because I don't think any of these guys are your quarterback guys. I'd rather wait to see if there's an Arch Manning down the line or something that we can get. That's going to be second.
But see, look. This is what we always do. This is what we always do. Everybody's always like, okay, so we thought at one point, oh, we'll get Caleb Williams. I remember that. Oh, we're going to get Caleb Williams. Oh, you know what? We'll get Jaden Daniels. Like, we didn't get none of them dudes. Like, we can't continue to say, oh, we'll just wait till next year and get Arch Manning. It don't work like that. It doesn't work that way. You have to listen. You get Shedeur Sanders, or you trade back and get Jackson Dart if you want. But you get one of those guys and you sit him down and you let him play behind Geno. You give Geno a 3-year contract, 2 years. You can get out after 2 years. And Geno, you start this shit off. Either we pick Shedeur at 6, or we trade back and get Jackson Dart later in the 1st round, and we rock from that way. But you can't say we're going to get Arch Manning and we're going to wait and do because it never happened.
Okay, but no.
Because you know what? Bears haven't drafted any quarterbacks in the first 3 rounds in years. We haven't drafted 2 quarterbacks in the first 3 rounds, and just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep hoping and keep waiting. There's enough of that. It's not going to make moves now. It's not being
this is the best position.
There you go, bro. This is the best position we're going to get.
The quarterback wait another year or tank or any of that bullshit.
You can't do that, bro.
Draft. That's everybody saying. But this draft one and see what you got. Let them develop. Okay, we don't know. They might suck to the combine. They might have a good season, but if you get them developed under a veteran quarterback, you don't know what you can have.
And listen to Tom Brady. Tom Brady told you already on the on the Fox broadcast.
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Brady told you. He always said, you know what? I think these quarterbacks are being thrown into the fire too early. You have some exceptions to the rule, but for every Jaden Daniels, there's a Trey Lance, Wilson, Wilson. That's it. That was with the Jets. A Zach Wilson. Like for every one that hits, there's 5, 6, or 7 that don't. So if you get a chance to get a guy, put him in your culture, get him in your system, let him learn without all the pressure, then that's when you'll be able to develop a guy for the next spot down the line. That's what we need to really do.
No, but listen, Papa Rundown and Jay, I totally understand where you're coming from too. All right, I'm not one of the people that said we're not going to draft a quarterback this year. What I would have been saying this whole time is, why should we go reach for one? We shouldn't go reach for one. If one falls our way, that's great. But here's my question then, Chris. If Mason Graham falls to number 6, are you honestly
we talked about that
Sanders over Mason Graham? Because that would
I'm going to have to.
We're talking about that. Mason Graham.
That's what I'm saying, Papa Rundown. I disagree. Why would I give up a game changer in Mason Graham, a true nose tackle that can completely revamp our forefront defense, when I still have Aiden O'Connell anyways, and I just got Geno Smith? Why am I reaching for Shedeur? If Mason Graham falls to 6, I'm taking Mason Graham.
That's what we said.
I'm taking the best available.
We said take Mason Graham.
That's not what the Raiders are actually
going to do. Can get another quarterback later in the draft. And they can sit.
Okay, no. Okay, now Chris, I'm totally with you on. Hey, let's get to the second round, right? Maybe Jackson Dart will fall there, but I'm gonna ask you a honest question, though. All right, if Jackson Dart is there, and Omarion Hampton is there in our second round pick, do we not need a real running back, like an actual real running back that could be a star, like a Bijan Robinson type? I don't think
Omarion Hampton is Bijan Robinson, though.
Look, there are so many running backs in this draft now.
Exactly.
I would love to have Omarion Hampton, but if Jackson Dart's there in the second round,
I'm taking Jackson Dart. Yeah.
Right. Angelo made me come on screen for what he was saying. Angelo had to make me come on screen. What's going on, Angelo? What's up, man?
What's up, dude? What's going on? What's up, Rundown?
I
can't come on screen right now. I got my hands full. But I will say this though. I'm taking Shedeur all day and night. You already know what goddamn time it is, bro. Stop. Like, we got it. All day and night, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Because now you're telling me I can have a franchise quarterback who I think now again, right? Check this out, Angelo. Check this out. Geno Smith's best year that you can say, right, with Pete Carroll. What was it? 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, right?
Playoff. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think Shedeur Sanders is the perfect person to learn. Geno Smith is the perfect person to learn under. As far as Shedeur Sanders, the skill set is comparable. I think honestly, he can take what Geno Smith does to a supercharged level. So if I say if he gets me around 4,200 yards, I feel like you uptake that with Shedeur and he can get me 46, 4,700. You give me 30 touchdowns with Geno Smith, I bump that up 10 more. I can get 40 from him. And no way do I ever think Shedeur is throwing 11 interceptions. So then I bump that down by at least 5. So if I get 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, 6 interceptions from my quarterback, you taking that?
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that all I'll say, Rundown, is that's a nice theory for you to say that Shedeur Sanders could possibly do all of this. But if Shedeur Sanders was really that good, then there wouldn't be all of these different arguments from all these different analysts talking about they're not exactly sure how good Shedeur Sanders can be.
They did that with Patrick Mahomes.
Projecting things.
They did that with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they did.
Nobody thought Patrick Mahomes was this. Nobody. If you did, you're lying. Nobody in Texas Tech was like, he's going to be a 3-whatever Super Bowl champion, be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. If you did, you was either ahead of the curve or you're lying. There's no way.
So here's my thing with it. All right. If Tom Brady honestly believes that Shedeur Sanders is worth the number 6 pick, then I'm all in. And you know this rundown. I never go against the Raiders. Like, I'm the one that's got to always back them up, right? Like, I'm always trying to be Mr. Positive about this shit. All I'm trying to say is, if we're doing the eye test, right? If Mason Graham falls to number 6, you're honestly going to take Shedeur Sanders over Mason Graham, bro.
Because
Mason
I will never,
Graham, really?
if it's up to me, I'm never watching no Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell again. Never in my lifetime. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not.
You don't have to do it this time. You don't have to do it this time.
I will never. Because I never want to be in that type of situation like we were for the past 2 years. Which we just got a taste of what it was with fucking Jimmy G. And we remember what it was before DC. I'm not doing that again, bro. Like we're going to be solved in this area. That's it, bro. Our quarterback will be solved, and we can build around that because guess what? If I don't take him right there, if I don't take Mason Graham there, I've talked about it all the time. I love Kenneth Grant. I love Walter Nolan. These are dudes that I think can still be great D tackles in the league. That just don't mean because again, I like